So the blog just got an amendment. When I first published the blog, the arrest update, I focused on the criminal complaint. Then the order setting the conditions of release dropped and suddenly we got a $1 million secured bond, GPS ankle bracelet, home detention, no contact orders, and asset
repatriation.
How to start streaming without the heck. What have we got there? Oh, LinkedIn's played up again. Oh, that's good. So that's what we got. All right, that changed the tone. But here's where things get interesting. Christopher is now back at home under strict federal supervision with a new flatmate. And who would that be? Yes, a room buddy, Stephen Davies. Unbelievable. 20 years in the fire force, and now he has to live with Stephen Davies, and Christopher are probably sitting there discussing things with a cigar. What should we do now? Release order specifically allows contact with Stephen Davies until the 26th of March. Did you notice that in the release orders? For housing purposes, which naturally raises a few questions. What's the household like right now? Does the ankle bracelet keep beeping during dinner? Is GPS strong in the lounge? So today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to pick up the phone. Steve Davies has talked to us previously on the phone, and I'm sure he's sitting there with Chris right now. So I'm going to ring up Stephen Davies and ask him if I'd be able to speak to his flatmate buddy or his boarder or around the other way. Now, the grapevine tells me that Stephen Davies had put everything into Goliath Ventures, and he thought it was the real deal. You know, this is a guy that used to walk into burning buildings with other firemen that have now listened to him and unfortunately been scammed out of their 401k or mortgaged their house to invest with Goliath. And now you got Stephen Davies, that last frontier, the last firefighter, standing there, sitting there beside Christopher, which is unheard of. Now, he has criticised me quite a lot, telling me that I don't know what I'm talking about, and also telling people that I've been preaching a whole bunch of lies. And just before I went live today, I received a phone call from a Canadian gentleman who was saying that he's now realising that the chances of Christopher being genuine is very slim, and he's really concerned. And I felt for him. And this guy, I don't know if he mentioned how much he invested, but that's not relevant. But he said he's 50-50. And I said, you've just had a criminal, the US government show you the 4 places where the money's been circulated, and they're going after Christopher. And he said, but if that's the case, why isn't Christopher in prison? And I said, because there's a court system out there that has to go through a process before people get put in prison. You can't just charge somebody and not have a court case and put them in prison for up to 30 years. And they said, but I'm on the fence. And I said, look, last night I got 3 hours sleep. One of my main Avengers got 2 hours 15 sleep. And I haven't quite asked the other one, but I know it's not much. And this takes a toll on everybody. I have just literally been inundated with messages from people who are asking me, what do I do? How do I get my money back? Now, we know some facts that we've amended the blog with. So if you are looking for the blog that I'm about to do a debunk over, it does actually tell you that Christopher has actually handed himself in, and he actually has been informing the government for some time. And that's quite interesting. So you may think, why would Christopher do that? Well, this phone call I had with this individual that's fresh in my brain at the moment, I said, would a man that's running a legitimate business be helping a government with information about where the money is if he was running a legitimate business? They said, I just don't know. And I go, well, you're going to go through the 5 stages of anger. And that's grief, disbelief, bargaining, acceptance, I think I missed one, but somebody will pop it in the chat room if that works very well. So I don't know what to say to those people who are still on the fence. In fact, I actually got relatively rude at the end of the phone call, and I basically said, I haven't got time for people who are still on the fence. And that goes for anyone who's watching this. And I know that Christopher will be watching this video right now. I know that Stephen Davis will be watching this video right now. And they are cowards, because I've reached out to Christopher numerous times asking him for proof of what he's been doing, and I got crickets. Instead, they tried to do a lawsuit against me to shut me up. And Stephen Davis, well, he got on the phone and made it ask himself the other day, and I'm going to give him the opportunity to redeem himself today if he picks up. But I was surprised he picked up the first time, because all the Goliath boys that are now crying foul are actually quite a hard case. And we've got a really good show for you today. I was speaking to another YouTuber, and I said it's a shame that we are actually entertainment. The category that we are in YouTube is entertainment. And I'm not trying to provide you entertainment. I'm trying to give you hard facts. I'm trying to wake up people into online investment scams, well, online investments in general. Every person I talk to tell me their story, and it's disgusting. People receive money from, I'll tell you, some people have received money from losing a loved one. Other people have used their family inheritance. People have mortgaged their houses. One lady I spoke to put $100,000 in and then sold her house in the interim and decided to put the house money into Goliath, and also maxed out her credit card because she thought it was a better investment, using her credit card money in Goliath Ventures than it was paying the interest on the credit card. And now suddenly realised she's lost a lot and doesn't know who to talk to. And I just want to be heartfelt. You know, we might do a bit of entertainment here. We might have a few prank phone calls. Some people think I don't know what you think. And I've got to the stage where I don't need to really care about it to a certain extent. And I can't even say I don't care about it. I do care about it. But I just don't know how to be all things to all people. And the toll it takes on me emotionally, physically, financially is hard to fathom. You know, so I don't know how to do this show today, but it's going to be a bit of a messy one. But I want to share some of the things that happened over the last 24 hours, which truly are actually unheard of. We're going into areas of our investigation that we don't normally get. We don't normally deal with victims. We normally deal with causing disruption, naming and shaming individuals that are running large-scale Ponzi schemes and scams, and that's what we do. So today we're going to ring up a couple of people. Now, I don't know Nick Petrillo's wife's name, but I know she's expecting a baby. Now, we've found out that he's had a mistress for 3 years, and I'm going to ring her today. So I've got my script here, which I want to get off my chest. We're going to pick up the phone. Unusual, I just told you that. We're going to call the new room buddy and see if he'd like to comment. And while we're at it, we're going to uncover additional information about Nick Petrillo, including a long-term relationship that hasn't exactly been public knowledge. We may even give her a ring as well. And then there's Andy, and I'll spell that. It's Andy, which is Andie, and that's Christopher's ex-wife, because on this release document that we'll look at in a few minutes, she's the co-signer of the bond. Her name is on the secured property. So, you know, Christopher's about to lose everything he theoretically worked for. Now, think about this. 5 years ago, Christopher didn't have a brass razoo to his name, whatever a brass razoo is. It does come to mind. You ever heard the expression, I'm just going to break, now I'm going to get myself in the right front. Have you ever heard freeze the balls of a brass monkey? I never knew what that meant, but do you know what a brass monkey is? I'm going to educate you on something new here. But when they used to have the cannon ships, they used to stack the cannonballs like a pyramid. And they used to have this bit of wood around the bottom that used to secure the cannonballs so they didn't fall off. But some days it got so cold that the brass monkey was the thing that secured the cannonballs and that got so cool that the balls would fall off the brass monkey. Now, I don't know if you knew that, but when I found that out, it changed my life. Anyway, so what I'm talking about, we have, so she secured the property, and we have her number as well, so we're going to give her a ring. 3 calls, 3 perspectives. Now, let's be clear, this isn't harassment, this is journalism. I want to find out, see where they want to talk to me and hear my story. When the federal charges are filed, these bonds are posted where properties are pledged as collateral and where compensation is being whispered about. You ask the questions. Calmly, politely on record. I don't know if that really flows, Danny. Yes, this is serious. Investors have lost money. Families are hurting. But when the US government states, government alleges a 328 million Ponzi scheme, and they show you the money trail as well. They show you all the receipts, and Christopher isn't yelling out, I'm an innocent man, here's my books. He's just helping them with the investigation. So it's kind of like rolling over like a puppy wanting his tummy rub. No offense, Pixel. And accused, I'm going to just read the last part with my computer.
And the accused posts a $1 million bond and goes home with an ankle monitor. You're allowed to acknowledge the absurdity of the moment.
So first, we'll break down the amendment, release conditions, and then we'll make some calls. So the first thing I want you to do, if I've got the right screen here, is this is Christopher leaving the courthouse. And we're going to look at some clips along the way, but I just thought I'd play this one first.
Mr. Delgado, West 2 Investigates. Can we talk to you about the charge against you?
No comment this time. Thank you, though.
No comment this time.
Did you run a Ponzi scheme?
Have a good day.
Taking millions from people and putting into your own pockets? That's what the government alleges. Would you like to tell your side of the story?
You can contact my counsel.
You can contact my counsel. Classy. Look at the car he gets into. Do a bit of wash
Have a
there.
blessed day.
Actually, you can get your flatmate to wash your Rolls Royce for you. So there you go. There's Chris leaving the courtroom. You heard it here first. So that's pretty amazing. And also the new flatmate, Steve Davies. I searched for a photo with him. I did find this one here, which I thought was quite good. There's Steve all dressed up, but to add a bit of fun to it, and I don't mean this disrespectfully to anybody who's lost money, there's Christopher holding up his Orange County Jail card. And here is Steve Davies, dressed up as the fireman, trying to remove the ankle bracelet when I'm in the same room. He posted $1 million bail, but he didn't actually post $1 million. I think they used a house as collateral, which is quite cool. So let's get into the good stuff anyway. I've also released podcasts, so that means this will be, if you search for anything to do with Goliath Ventures, my podcast is actually streamed on 18 different platforms. So that means that anyone searching for Goliath Ventures are going to find something that leads back to this very article here. So if you want to find this article on my website and you want to download the actual 29-page criminal, what do you call it, indictment, it's all here, so you can get that. You won't get the unredacted version because we've got the original version, which is quite cool. We talk about the federal announcements yesterday. We did all this. What investors say. This is the money trail. So for the individual that's watching this right now who basically said they're 50-50 on the fence, I asked them that it may be a good idea to actually get some professional help if you don't understand what it means when the US government come after you for running a large-scale Ponzi scheme. Here, 253 million was deposited into a JB Morgan Chase bank. Now, the government will have full access to that account and any funds that are left in it. It doesn't sound like there's much because remember they've been paying out dividends, but the federal government has actually found $253 million deposited into a bank account. So we know where the money trail is. It's always follow the money. Remember that? You see that in the movies? And then we also have 75 million into the Bank of America. Now we allege that we found, we froze account that had we got told it had $100 million worth of transactions. So we may be wrong on those figures, but we went ahead and reported that as 100 million. But here in the federal indictment, they talk about 75 million. So that's the Bank of America, because they switched banks. And then we did find that they were also using Luminous Bank to pay people. And they were also using, I've forgotten what it's called, another credit card style bank. I have an account myself, but it's, I'll think of it later on. When I travel, it's good to use it. I'm going to remember it. But it's called Wise. They're using Wises. So you can download Wise, and it's an app, and you can basically take money like you've got a bank account, but it's all online. And then we've got $62 million was received into Goliath Coinbase wallet, and approximately 165 million was transferred from those bank accounts into Coinbase. So there's the money trail. Now, no government that I know of would actually have all that there and then arrest somebody, and then he got bail and he's under an ankle bracelet, which we would all like him to stay in jail. But if I went into a dairy and I stole a can of Coke, I would be fingerprinted, arrested and charged and appear in court and have a criminal conviction for thievery within probably 48 hours. Well, I think that's what happens in America. But with this type of financial crime, the laws are a lot different. So no one's going to get locked up because at the moment, Christopher isn't a guilty man. Of course, I want everyone to believe that I'm right and he's wrong, because that's just the way it works. But sometimes you've got to read the evidence, and you've got to actually, like I'm a reporter, I'm an investigative journalist. I've been reporting on this since the 1st of September. I'm the whistleblower that blew this all out of the water. I have heard that the government was already looking into it. I know that some of my Avengers were already researching this before I got public, but I'm the first person to put anything on this on air and basically blow the whistle. And obviously they've sent people around to where I live. They staked my neighborhood. They found me. They offered me $150,000 to take my content offline and write a Dear John letter and ask who was bankrolling me when no one was bankrolling me. So I've put a lot at risk here. We know they've put some money in property, so all that's going to be squandered back. We know that investors have lost lots of money. I get figures like this all day long. Yesterday, 400,000, 230,000. This is just yesterday. And then today, a couple more investors. And I'm looking at people right now, and I get comments. I'll try to read some of the comments without exposing people. Say, hi, Danny, congratulations on bringing down Christopher. A friend of mine, a friend gave me your number. They've been communicating with you. And this is a person that's telling me information who's actually from a charity. Other people's sort of messages, should I sue my sponsor? And the answer to that without even blinking is yes. These companies have set up, these individuals have all set up LLC companies, and you want to go after those companies and Christopher, because we want to go after, these guys have sat here and not even blinked and told you it's a sure thing. Negligence is not an excuse for bad behavior or illegal activities. So yes, go after the sponsors. Just people are just incredible. Yeah. So anyway, victims are coming forward. They only really need one victim in the story in his contract to basically nail the coffin home. But I would have 50 plus victims that have come forward. Also, they've done the blockchain tracing. Nothing. We've got a place where people can provide information. I would like a holiday from this job. And to be honest, there's now an email address that you can email your woes to. Here, you can also do it to the USDOJ. Include the case name in the subject line if you have one. And also for people that are really struggling with this, I just yesterday edited this blog, and you can come through here and get all the support that you want. But at the end of the day, you're probably still going through grief. You trusted people that you have known for years, and now they're telling you that they're in the same boat as you. And I'm going to make sure, Susie, if you're here, I want to bring up that letter from Putin Shaw, who's telling people that, I don't want to grab it now, actually. He's telling people that he's in the same boat, and it's disgusting because these individuals are not in the same boat. So I'm just going to see if I can actually bring that up, because I thought I set that on my desktop before I started. But some of the bullshit that you're hearing now is actually gutting, and I'm actually going to spend the time. I don't want to rush this. I think it's important that you guys document. That's not the right one. Where are we? No complaint. Where is my document? I think it's that one there. I'll just see if it is. I'm going to put that on my desktop. And there it is. All right, so let's have a document. No, it's not the right document. I'll have to find it, but let's have a little look here. So today we've got an update on the conditions of the release and what that actually means. I'll stick on this and then you can wait there. Who was your GV partner? Did they know? Oh, thank you. Oh, thanks, Susie. Oh, Susie is amazing. You know Susie. But I don't even know how to process what I'm doing today. It's I know I haven't had much sleep, but I just think this is disgusting. So this is what a Gmail from an individual. Now, if you don't know, Goliath Ventures, Goliath Ventures Inc.'s website is now no longer online. So nobody can log into the back-end portal and look at their hyper-compounding interest. And as for it's crm.com, this is where people logged in. That is also no longer there. And I'm just going to check to make sure that's the actual address. And so no one can go to the Goliath Ventures website. But you can notice that Putin Shaw is emailing investors, telling them he's in the same boat. It says, "Hi everyone, as you all know, Christopher was arrested yesterday. I am attaching the criminal complaint by the US District Attorney. We are all victims," and that is a lie. This guy, we know, my Avengers was sitting in the same room when the day before they held the $5 million Christmas party. Think about this. Christopher now is trying to act like he's a victim. He's trying to help the investigators, but he blew what we believe $5 million on a Christmas party on the 10th of December. The day before that, they all met in the foyer. And we had one of our Avengers in there taking photos. And this guy had 100 people, or 50 or 100 people around him, Putin Shaw. So we believe he's brought in well over $100 million for Goliath Ventures. And for him to actually say we are all victims of Goliath Ventures Inc. is absolutely wrong. You need to sue. You need to get a lawyer and put a lawsuit up against all these partners. Today we received some amazing information. Basically, we received nearly every investor's names. Every investor that's invested, and we haven't gone through the data yet, but we've been given some amazing intel. And this means if you haven't come forward, and you may have made money from this. So I received a message today from an email from a person today, basically telling me that they want their name removed from my database because they invested for a short period of time, not naming how long, that they withdrawed their money and they didn't, and now they want to wash their hands clean of this. Most of the people I talk to, we already have you on my persons of interest list, but this person said because they deposited, felt a bit risky, took out their principal, and they don't tell us they took out any profit. Then I don't know if you've heard of clawbacks, but this is literally what is happening now. People are contacting us telling me that they want content removed from my website and they don't want anything to do with this anymore. So you may have made money on this, that money that you've made just because you think that I don't know who you are and we won't come after you. You need to come forward and clean up. You need to take your principal, you need to have the receipts, and you need to actually hand over that money to law enforcement, and we'll put you in touch with the right people to do that. So please don't think you're going to get away with it, because we just got given stuff I can't even show you on the internet. And basically we have a large amount of names. We have the amount that people deposited. We even have your hyper compounding balances. And I just can't but this is why I only got, I don't even think it was 3 hours sleep last night. Anyway, as an investor, it's important for you to file to get your money back. So who does he think is going to go after? Is he telling people that he's going to go after Sue? So why isn't there a lawsuit with Putin Shaw against Christopher and Goliath Ventures Inc.? Right. Why isn't that? Well, there might be one brewing. But if there is, like Nick did it, Nick had 900 customers under his names. Nick Petrillo, the COO, claims that he didn't even know that he was on the Goliath Ventures website. And he didn't realize the significance of being the COO of Goliath Ventures website. And now he's done a lawsuit against Christopher with 3 other individuals. Those individuals, one of them used to be a business partner of him, so it's a friend of a friend, and the other person bought an old business of Nick Petrillo. And Nick, I know you watch my videos, every single one of them. Now, Nick's wife, who's having a baby soon, we're gonna ring up Chris's mistress. Chris has had a mistress for 3 years. I also thought I had a photo of her, and I'm going to bring up her Instagram account as well, and then we're going to ring her. So it's important for you to file to get your money back. This is what somebody who's pushed people over the cliff has said. I truly don't have any more information that that wasn't in the article. And it's telling you here to email the government. So here's a guy that's been pushing you, socializing you, going to $5 million charity events, not charity events, parties, pissing money away like it's water, your money. And here he is telling you basically he's got no more information for his downline. I read that and I just thought that's disgusting. So if you think for a minute that I would advise you not to go after him, that's how we're going to stop this crime. This is how we're going to make an example out of these people and this individual and every partner. And I've got the list of all the partners, and you just won't. I'm not allowed to have some of the information I've got, I think. But anyway, I've got it. So as we just said, so the Goliath Ventures website's down. So the person that rang me just before I went live today, and they're basically saying to me that they're on 50-50. Why is Christopher's website down if you're 50-50? It's just amazing. And there's Christopher driving away in a Rolls Royce. This is one of 2 Rolls Royces. Nick has got Rolls Royces. He's also got a Lamborghini car, not the big sort of like SV, whatever. I don't know cars very much, but you get the idea. You got Steve Davies here, who's now boarding with Christopher. Christopher's now not allowed to talk to anybody in Goliath, but they've made an exemption because Steve Davies theoretically has put everything into Goliath Ventures, and now he's got nowhere to live. And on the 26th of March, I think it was, he's out of there. So shortly after the arrest, the United States District Court in Middle District of Florida issued a order setting conditions of release in case, and that's Chris's case, and we've got all the files on my blogs if we go through them. Oh, there's a big space there. Never mind. This document is critical because it outlines exactly how the court is managing the risk while this federal prosecution moves forward. Christopher Alex, I'm going to call him Christopher Alex, Delgado, was released, but not freely. He's now under, I can't say that word anyway.
Pre-trial services supervision.
Pre-trial services supervision, and must report as directed. He is required to reside at his address, and there was a film crew out there today, and we'll have a look at that. I actually received, I did receive, and I'm going to see if I can find that clip as well. We'll do a few clips along the way to break up the boredom. Where is it? Oh, did I lose that as well? There it is. So these are, where are we? Did we not get that one all right? Oh, here we go. I think I got it saved here. No, not looking good, Danny. I'm falling apart. The wheels. Oh, here it is. There's Chris, TV. No, not that one. I got a lot of intel coming in there, guys. It's very, very hard to find it all. That might be it. Let's have a look at this. No. It doesn't really matter, but basically we've got the film crew outside his house, and later on I'll show you I'll show you that. If I can find it, would be quite nice though. Christopher, it's always the way, isn't it? Where you can't find anything you want. Here it is. All right, so let's see if I can actually get that on the big screen. I will bring that down. Now, what's interesting about this one is, let's see if we can bring that up on the screen. So this was the film crew today. Now, this is how good my Avengers are. So here's, is it WFT TV? And you can see they've got the camera, and you can see that's a lovely neighbourhood, but that's where Christopher's meant to be residing at the moment. So if you haven't seen that before, remember you saw it here first, and there's the house. Good timing. There you go. So that was quite exciting to get some of these wee clips. So if you've got any clips like that, where you want to go out walking your dog and you want to film the house, please give them to us. I would love to know where the car's parked. Anyway, so, and cannot change residence without advance approval. The court proposed the following major conditions. He must surrender any passport and is prohibited from obtaining new travel documents, which I don't trust, but anyway, that's just me. His travel is restricted to Middle District of Florida. He must post $1 million secure appearance bond. The bond is secured by the property. So I believe that property is his wife's property, because the bond is co-signed by Andy Delgado, which is Chris's ex-wife. So if you go to Orange County and search for her name, you'll see that they've been fighting back and forth in the courts for the last 2 years to get a divorce, but obviously they're still legally married. He is subject to GPS location monitoring and home detention, meaning he is restricted to his residence at all times, except for approved activities such as employment. Well, he doesn't have an office. It was funny to see the movie crew outside the Chase building at 189 Orange Street. I was in that building myself doing a bit of research just 7 days ago. Court appearances, legal consultations, medical appointments, and religious services. So that's probably why a lot of people go to church, start reading the Bible so they can get out more. I don't know. And or other pre-approved obligations. An ankle bracelet would be consistent with this level of court ordering monitoring. So he's not a free man. I know a lot of people have been really disappointed that he was allowed out and why he didn't stay in prison. I get that. But they obviously didn't feel like he's a big enough flight risk. But we have had other people in previous with NLP who actually got sentenced to 2 years in prison, and then asked the judge if they could go back to Dubai. As Vince, go back to Dubai to clean up some business affairs, and they let him. And then he never served his 2 year sentence in America. In fact, when he got to Dubai, he got done for mortgage fraud. Apparently, I can't verify this is true and factual, because they do want to they do want to complain about it what I write, but they don't want to provide the truth. Anyway, he was incarcerated for 6 months in Dubai, and I know the guy's been out for just over 3 months now, and he's got a travel ban on him. Okay, all firearms were ordered removed from the residence by 5 p.m. March the 2nd, which is amazing. So March the 2nd, he has to remove all firearms. The financial restrictions are equally strict. He may not open a new bank account or lines of credit. Oh, goodness me. He may not engage in any financial transaction over 5,000 without advance approval from, I forget that word already. I just read it.
Pre-trial.
Pre-trial. I've got some messages coming in. Good on you. Yeah, no, somebody just saying he got arrested from some nightclub, and I'm going, no, he actually, he volunteered himself to the feds because he's been providing information to the federal agents before he got arrested. That's why he's probably managed to get out on bond. He may not engage with any financial services. Right, perhaps the most significant for investors, the court ordered that Diego have no direct or indirect contact with any former directors or former investors of Goliath Ventures. So he can't get together with the boys and work out the exit strategy. But I believe that this is all part of the exit strategy anyway. There is one more specific time-limited exception. He may remain in contact with Steve Davies, would you believe, Steve Davies, until March the 26th, 2026, solely for the purpose of allowing that individual to find new housing. So that is just absolutely batshit crazy. I just cannot believe that. So he's now shacked up with Steve Davies. And I'm going to put the picture. So here's Steve Davies trying to get the friggin' ankle bracelet removed as his fireman, his call to duty, the brother in arms, and there's Danny DeHeck pointing at them saying, do not do that. And there's something interesting as well. So something else, I'm going to just have a bit of a little bit of fun here. But if you go to my merch store, and I've only sold 8 items ever in my merch store, so this isn't a big advertising thing, but I just thought it'd be funny. I've got a T-shirt here that an investor got when he signed up, right? And I actually wore that through the streets of Orlando. And I actually felt more unsafe being in Orlando wearing this shirt than I do my own brand of no scam. I landed in Orlando with my orange shirt on with no scam on my chest, thinking that wasn't the best choice of attire. But when I switched this T-shirt on the last day because I was getting interviewed, I had put this on for a joke when I met one of the coolest interviewers I've ever met in my life, and they laughed. And I said, what are you doing with that? And I said, well, this is what's left from everyone's investments. And this T-shirt cost somebody $720,000 US, and they gave it to me as a gift, only because we connected. And now I'm getting all this. But anyway, what I've done is I've got my own merch here. So if you want to buy a Goliath Ventures shirt, you can. But this one here is, I believe, takes the cake, and that's Goliath Ventures Busted. And I can't do that shirt. That's the original. But that's what I reckon. That's what I'm proud of. This is what we do, and I can't express this, but these individuals, I can't express this enough. I want you to go after everyone that's been paying you, your sponsor. Right. So he's now living with Steve Davies. And because Steve Davies apparently has put in everything to Goliath Ventures, including his house, like all the other firemen. And I'm sure he's going to be claiming that he's now a victim. Other than the limited housing related exception and a single authorized email communication through council before 5 p.m. on February 25, 2026, he is prohibited from contacting those individuals. So if you're reaching out to him, now let's just say that he thinks he's smarter than the average bear, and he starts talking to any person about Goliath Ventures investors or anyone else that's pushed somebody over the cliff, and you find out about it, you need to actually reach out to me, and we'll get this guy who would have broken his bail conditions. So that's why I want to ring up Steve Davies, because I know that Christopher will be listening. So I know that Steve Davies, he comes across as an alpha male. He's even got a website proving it. He won't pick up the phone, because if he picks up the phone and Chris is listening, it's going to be a really good thing. So just saying that, Steve. But if you want to have another banter with me, you're more than welcome. But you might be jeopardizing the bond that Christopher's got at the moment. And wouldn't it just be ironic if I was the one that actually put him in jail when he broke his bond? Release order further states that Diego agreed to, what's that word?
Repatriate certain funds from accounts in Dubai.
Right. So I heard that there was 2 crypto wallets or 2 bank accounts, and I heard that he's actually handed them over to authorities. So he doesn't want to spend 30 years in prison. And, after I've seen a case like this, it was about the same amount of money, and the guy finished up getting 45 years in prison. His lawyer actually advised him to do what Chris is doing now, and he reckoned he would have been out in 7 or 8 years. So if Christopher has got half a brain in his head, which he's a pretty talented guy to get that much money from mum and dad investors, then he may just be helping the authorities in any which way he can, which I don't want to give false hope because that's not what we're about, but that could mean there could be some money in those wallets, and we'll find out. Like, how much money can you really spend? Let's say he had to give some of the money back to the investors to keep the scam alive, but let's say he had $200 million. Could you spend $200 million in 2 years or maybe 3 years? So maybe there is some money left, who knows, but I'm not going to give anyone false hope. So including fiat currency, crypto, jewelry, vehicles, and other tangible assets. So there goes the girlfriend's handbags. To the United States under a court-approved schedule, filing deadlines and transfer times were already been set. I'm sorry, I'm a bit tired.
Indicating that asset preservation is actively underway.
Yeah, he also signed a waiver for a preliminary hearing. So he's basically, let's get this over and done with as quick as we can, on the 24th of February 2026, meaning he waived his rights to challenge the case at the early stage. So this is actually gold, I think.
Waived his right to challenge probable cause at this early stage.
So if you don't know what that means, that basically means he's not contesting at the moment what he's been accused of. So for the person that rang me up and said I'm 50%, whether it's disbelief and don't know whether that I'm lying or Chris is lying, thanks very much. This is Christopher not even challenging the fact that he's committed the fraud. In fact, he's now helping explain what he's done. And I'm going to read the next paragraph because I'm a bit slow.
That procedural move advances the case more quickly toward indictment or further federal proceedings.
Yes. So in addition to documented court conditions, a trusted source has told me the following. Now, this is stuff that you won't read anywhere. This is just Avenger chat. Our Avengers who have been out there seeking information from people have come back and said, well, here's some facts. So take these as a grain of salt or as the word of God, your choice. He turned himself in. We know that for a fact. He has allegedly been cooperating with authorities for several weeks. He used his house in, and I never get that name right, Ultimate as collateral for release. So it wasn't like he pulled out $1 million and put it down the table and went, he's used a house, which I think, I'm guessing that's where the wife might live and that's why she co-signed. I'm just making assumptions here. He is wearing a ankle bracelet at the moment with a flashing light on it. He will be wearing long trousers every time you open his door. He knew his time was limited and now is doing everything possible to reduce potential sentence. Secured bond and GPS monitoring align directly with what was written in the court order. The extent of any pre-arrest cooperation is not detailed in the public filings, but if accurate, it would suggest that this investigation has been progressing behind the scenes for some time. It is important to remember that a criminal complaint remains
allegation,
and every defendant is presumed innocent unless proven guilty from court. However, when you combined a $328 million alleged Ponzi scheme, a $1 million secure bond, GPS monitoring and home detention, strict financial transaction limited, a prohibit to contact with former investors, and court order asset, I can't say that words, but
repatriation
from Dubai. This is not a matter of routine. It's not a routine matter. This is a structured federal financial crime prosecution with asset control, movement restrictions, and witness protection provisions already in place. And from what I have been told directly by investigators, this is actually only the beginning. So it's pretty eye-opening, I tell you. So what have I got here? So I want to actually tell you how to search for stuff. So let's go back to Goliath Ventures, right? If you want to hear the latest news, you can literally go to Goliath Ventures here and you can just search the internet. You can click on news And here you can actually see that all the news that's been done 4 hours ago, 7 hours ago, 3 hours ago. So I thought it might be nice to actually watch some of those together. And then we've got the Orlando Sentinel. Now, I don't have a subscription there. That was a day ago. You've got WFTC. Now, what was really interesting about that particular one is when we went to this one and looked at this. Oh, really? You're going to do that to me? Start a free trial. What we found is they actually did a article, I think it was them, promoting an hour ago. Okay, well, let's have a look at this together, eh? So that's how you find the news on this as it breaks. That's how I find it anyway. So let's see if we can open that up. Why is it not opening, Danny? Because I'm in New Zealand now, not like last week. Okay. Here we go. Let's see what we've got. Wish me luck. This is an hour ago, so even I haven't seen this one yet. But news is coming in around the clock. Let's go, Danny and the Avengers. Let's push us luck. Boy, that is slow. I just want to see if there's anything else while that's playing. Goliath Ventures now playing. Right, are we going to get that? It's going to take a wee while. A little boy waits. Okay, so that's what that was popping up. Maybe that restricted. But anyway, so I'm going to put the link to that one in the chat room, and you guys can have a look at that when you like. What are we saying in the chat room there, Queenie? Nice to have you here. So everyone knows you weren't in New Zealand. Yeah, I know. Everyone knows I'm back in New Zealand now, but no one knew I was in America. So I went to America, guys, for 10 days and investigated Goliath Ventures. I went to Washington, D.C. for a few days, and then I went to Orlando, and I ran around there and did everything I wanted to do, and then I left, and then people were starting to announce to the world that I was in Orlando. Now, I don't know why that's not playing. Christopher Alexander Delgado, we've got adverts popping up, and it doesn't look like it wants to play. Well, that's a bit of a shame, isn't it? If I double click on it, nothing. Orange County backstories. So there's going to be quite a few stories. I think I did have one story on YouTube. So let's just let that play its thing. Let's open up another tab, and we'll go to YouTube, and we're going to go to YouTube Home. You'll see all the wonderful things I like looking at. And we're going to go Goliath Ventures Inc. Goliath. How do you spell Goliath? Goliath. Goliath. Oh my goodness. You won't believe I cannot spell stuff. And I've been reporting on this one for 5 months. But look, normally it pops up. There we go. So now what you can do, you come here. Oh, I did see one there I just missed actually. I hadn't seen this one before. Channel 9, 58 minutes ago.
An alleged $328 million Ponzi scheme right here in Central Florida, finally exposed.
Goliath CEO Chris Delgado arrested and out on a $1 million bond. 9 Investigate Shannon Butler just reviewed documents that the feds found some of his assets.
So I've been on the phone to Sharon quite a bit. I'm surprised it didn't mention me at all, which is a bit of a hard case, but there is some media coming out. But anyway, let's carry on. This is quite funny when I know that I've been talking to these very people.
And want him to turn them over now. Shannon.
Yeah, emails right now from the company are going out telling people to file with the feds to try to get some of their money back. But right now, it's not clear just how much money, if any, is left. And investors are worried their money, some of their life savings and retirements are gone.
So this is our executive side.
Chris Delgado was living in his Isleworth
Well, that sounds a lot like you, Queen Akama.
home tonight on an ankle monitor. Federal investigators are working to figure out what they can recoup from what they say was a $328 million Ponzi scheme at his company, Goliath Ventures.
You see that this is something that's being built and is really a future of not only technology, but a future of finance.
It's not yet known how many people they say were schemed by the CEO or if anyone will get their money back. Defense attorney Bill Schaefer says it's not easy.
Most often you see that the head of these Ponzi schemes lead a...
So this lawyer was chirping and telling people that there could possibly be $1 billion locked up. I'm pretty sure that's the same lawyer. Have I got that right? This is the lawyer who's representing Nick Petrillo. So Nick Petrillo is claiming he's a victim and tried suing Goliath Ventures. And I know Nick Petrillo's got 900 people that he's pushed over the cliff, and now he's claiming victim. So the fact that this guy is actually on here providing advice when he's basically the lawyer for in-house squabbles is pretty breathtaking.
Lavish lifestyle, and most of that money is spent on that, leaving very little at the end.
And the Department of Justice says his lifestyle.
So there's Steve Davis lighting cigars for Christopher, which is actually quite ironic in a way, isn't it? When you think about it, because now Christopher and Steve Davis are shacked up together in a house, not allowed to talk to anyone. I don't even know why they didn't order him out of the house, but Steve Davis is now homeless. And the fact that he's lighting Chris a cigar, I can only imagine that the photo that you see here, I should have got them smoking cigars, really, shouldn't I? But it's just absolutely amazing. So this guy here is allegedly, and I said he was the fire chief at one stage, but no, we don't actually have any proof of that. I've just got told that, but I've never actually thought to verify it. So there's the film crew outside a house, which I thought that was the same one. And here's Christopher trying to get his ankle bracelet off. And there's a T-shirt saying busted. It all comes together. But anyway, so Steve Davis must be lighting up. Jonathan Shaw was on a different broadcast. Oh, well, there you go. So I'm sorry if I got that wrong to that guy. But listen.
Was extravagant with fancy parties and expensive planes. Online, you can see Delgado traveled in style. Had cars and several million-dollar homes, including this one in Winter Park.
And I think that's where the film crew was filming. That's why I've got that confused. So that shot that you see there, and this is this film crew doing this right now. Isn't that crazy that we get it from both ends? What have you sent me? Not fashion. Interesting. So isn't that cool that we're right up with it? Even before it hits the news, we have Avengers sending us videos of the film crew filming this very scene. Isn't that crazy? And I think this house, I've always said, was actually for the wife, the ex-wife.
There is hope that there may be something left. Delgado's bond paperwork shows that a condition to go home was to, quote, repatriate certain funds from accounts in Dubai and turn them over along with jewelry, vehicles, and other assets no later than April 30th. That, according to Schaefer, will provide some goodwill with the feds.
And oftentimes the key to less time is, again, getting...
Hey, Susie, you don't have the link to the other video. I think I've actually put them on my homepage. So what I do, if you're a YouTuber, you can go, I've done that wrong. You can go save, and then you can actually put it under on your YouTube channel. So I usually have one that's called, so Ponzi schemes and scams exposed by other YouTubers. And I click on that, and now it will be in my playlist, which will be on the homepage of my my YouTube channel.
These assets, making the victims whole. Now, they won't give you a get-out-of-jail-free card, but it will certainly mitigate if you are able to make substantial restitution.
Now, Delgado was also big on the charity circuit. Coming up at 6, I'll tell you what one of those nonprofits is telling us about the money they received tonight, Craig.
Oh, dear. All right, so we might have just snipped into another one as well, I think. I'll just go back. Sorry, it's going to be a bit pitsy from now on. 3 hours ago. So this was this is Christopher leaving the courtroom.
Orange County man charged with running a multi-million-dollar Ponzi scheme posted $1 million bond earlier today.
The Justice Department says Christopher Delgado stole more than $328 million, but instead of investing it in cryptocurrency, he pocketed the money. And only we were there to ask him about it as he left the federal courthouse.
Mr. Delgado, West 2 Investigates. Can we talk to you about the charge against you?
West 2 News was the only news organization outside the federal courthouse as Christopher Delgado left the building. An ankle monitor now installed to track his whereabouts pending trial.
You can contact my counsel.
Investigators say he masterminded a classic Ponzi scheme.
They shake you to your core because you're investing on trust.
Jordan Shaw and his law firm represent several people suing Goliath Ventures, a company run by Delgado. Investigators from the IRS arrested him yesterday. He's accused of defrauding investors who thought they were putting their money in a cryptocurrency liquidity pool.
There was supposed to be a guaranteed return every month, and to their credit, Goliath was fairly consistent in at least showing profits to its participants.
Investigators say that pulled in at least $328 million. But the criminal complaint against Delgado says he put little, if any, of the cash into the liquidity pool. Instead, quote, Goliath used investor funds to pay phony returns to earlier investors. A classic Ponzi scheme. He also bought properties, including a house in Winter Park with the front doormat that reads Delgado. And the IRS says he paid $8.5 million for a home in Isleworth that records show used to belong to Bob Ward. He's the well-known developer now in prison after being convicted of manslaughter for killing his wife. Everything unraveled last year when the value of cryptocurrencies tanked and investors tried but couldn't get their money back. One of Shaw's clients invested millions and got others to invest too.
Almost all of his net worth was wrapped up in this business. And now not only is he suffering tremendously on a financial perspective, but his friends, family, colleagues are kind of blaming him.
Have a blessed day.
Meanwhile, Delgado left the federal courthouse Wednesday in a Rolls-Royce. I reached out to Delgado's attorney, who says they have no comment at this time. Delgado also surrendered his passport and has to identify and retrieve financial assets in banks in the U.S. and outside the country. By the way, Delgado took a stab at politics a few years back. He ran for Orange County Commission District 2 in 2022, collecting more than 5,000 votes. He finished third to Commissioner Christine Moore.
So there you go. So there's quite a few articles out there, but what I've said earlier on, if you go to my YouTube channel, go to Danny and the Avengers, Tehek is my username. If you come down to this section here, you'll see that these are the other ones, but I do have, I think we did that one. These were the first ones that come out. I'll just do one more over here.
And a Central Florida man accused of running a massive Ponzi scheme that took more than $328 million from investors, many of them families here in Central Florida.
Yeah, Goliath Ventures CEO Christopher Delgado was arrested this week and is facing charges of wire fraud and money laundering. Channel 9 investigative reporter Ashlyn Webb is joining us live tonight. And Ashlyn, you heard from some investors tonight who say they've been trying to get their money back for months.
Yeah, and one investor I spoke to says they found out through our reporting at 6 that Delgado was facing charges and has been under IRS investigation. They didn't want to be identified, but says they fear they will never see hundreds of thousands of dollars they invested ever again.
It felt like it was too good to be true.
We spoke to one person who invested hundreds of thousands of dollars into Goliath Ventures last year, hoping to generate more money for their future.
I'm kind of kicking myself that I even got involved.
According to this nearly 30-page filing, Christopher Delgado's company, Goliath Ventures, promised investors guaranteed monthly returns. The company said money would be placed in cryptocurrency liquidity pools. But IRS investigators say only $1.5 million out of the roughly $328 million was placed in these liquidity pools, and the so-called returns were fake.
There was always an explanation, a reason, an excuse, like a don't worry, it's coming, it's coming.
Investors say there were red flags as soon as they tried to take money out of their accounts. Prosecutors say it's a classic Ponzi scheme where new investors' money was used to pay returns to earlier investors, creating the illusion of a successful investment. The investor we spoke to say they were always given bogus excuses on why they couldn't get their invested money out.
It was like, no, we're under an audit, you can't take money out. And then the next month when I went to take money out, they were like, no, things are frozen or we can't do it right now. And
now, the questions we're getting from Central Florida families now is if they will ever be able to get that money back. According to the filings, Delgado used the victims' investments to purchase 4 homes in Central Florida, including an $8.5 million mansion in Windermere that he bought last year. We have reached out to Delgado. We have not heard back. Reporting in studio, Ashlyn Webb, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
It's kind of amazing when I'm watching this stuff because 7 days ago, I was in America knocking on these doors. I contacted every single news agency that we've heard so far. I got 2 good phone calls and they said they were doing a story on it. That was Channel 9 and also NBC. And the best one was actually, to my surprise, Fox 35. And they actually videoed me and got a cameraman to do a story on it. And the guy was very, very knowledgeable and did an amazing lot of research before he actually interviewed me. And he only had 12 hours to prepare. So it is actually quite interesting. I won't do too many more of these, but I did want to have a look at the man of the moment.
I see it. Did you see Trump?
So this is Christopher at the peak of his ooziness. I don't know if that's a word, but this is what these people look like who are at the peak. And he's a cool, calm cucumber while he's convincing everybody that he's oozing success. Now, you need to be on the lookout for these type of people because this is the reality, guys. If you see another guy, now I'm going to name the company. There's a company called the Onyx Reserve, and they have had dealings with Matt Burke, and that is my next focus point because they are also claiming 3 to 7% monthly returns. Now, I can't verify this, but we heard that they've denied it, but they claim to be doing very similar sort of activities. So that there is a red flag straight away. Even if you're getting paid, it doesn't mean it's genuine because they're using your money to pay you back. But that's my next focus on my next investigation. Now, these guys have just started putting images up of them driving around in Lamborghinis and having the lifestyle. But this is lifestyle marketing they use. So if anyone's raving a success, then you really want to investigate a lot more or just hold your money until you find out whether they're a legitimate company, filing tax returns, not shutting down companies and reopening them in Wyoming so they avoid regulations and all this sort of carry on. And stop judging these companies by getting paid back your own money. I know that sounds ludicrous. But most people I talk to, some people have been investing for 2 years. So they've made their money back just. It takes them, I think, around about 18 months before you break even and you can get your principal back. But this Ponzi scheme has gone since, well, Chris allegedly has been doing this since 2023. So it's lasted 3 years for some. But that's a big, big sign. But have a look at this video and try not to vomit while you're watching it. But I just want to show you what Christopher's really like, so we don't lose focus. He's not a victim. He's not misled. He didn't have a failed business. He stole people's money, and so did the investors, the LLC. And there's a picture here 8 seconds in that I've taken a screenshot of, and I'm going to stop the video in 8 seconds in. And this was a charity, by the way.
Morning, everyone. We are in West Palm Beach right now at the Vault Conference with Team Goliath.
So this is Team Goliath at the Vault Conference. Christopher paid $1 million to have naming rights, and there was meant to be thousands and thousands of people there. I've spoken to people that were there. These are the partners. These people, they all had their name on the website. So these are the partners that have been involved. And I can tell you a story about each and every one of them, but I'm not going to bore you. But these are the individuals that cannot, negligence is not an excuse for fraud or bad behavior. And these guys knew this was too good to be true. And they signed up hundreds of people under their own companies. And these are the guys that you want to do lawsuits against. What have we got? We've got a real estate broker. We've got a fitness instructor. We don't have a fireman here. We don't have a policeman here. Where's Tomo? I don't even know what these guys' professions are, but this is not a corporate company. And there's no offices and there's no people working at Goliath Ventures, just guys prancing around doing lifestyle marketing.
We are headed to Orlando, actually, to be part of Gandhi Day.
When you pull in, I got you a gift.
All right.
So I don't know whose voice that is, but I would be interested to know whose voice that was. If you do know, please put it in the comment section and one of my Avengers will pick it up and we'll start finding out what their connection was with it.
I will see it. Did you see Trump Force One?
That's my gift.
So I don't know if that was meant to mean that he's got approval by the government. Maybe he's hoping to get a pardon.
That is sick. You got Trump Force One right here. This is probably as close as I'm ever gonna get to it. So I'm gonna enjoy this moment. But this is really, really cool.
So if you don't know, I think Christopher is actually at a private airport, which is for executives.
One thing that I love about our team and everything is our involvement in the community. So
why is he involved in the community? Well, that's so he can build that trust with people before he defrauds them out of their money.
The Goliath team is in West Palm Beach. We're about to catch a helicopter over to Orlando to join Gandhi Day.
So here's Nick Petrello and Punin, I think it is, Shaw. I'm pretty sure that may have been the person talking. So here's Nick Petrello, who's now doing a lawsuit with 3 other individuals under the same lawyer for $55 million. This video was actually Gandhi Day 2024, so it's not that long ago. But remember, we've got happy families at this point. There's Nick. Now, Nick at this time had a mistress, which we're going to ring in a few minutes. Which I've actually managed to find her Instagram post, but I don't know who this lady is or not, but I have had credible sources that this is actually Chris's mistress. And we got her phone number, and I'm 99% sure this is Chris's mistress. So Chris's wife is about to have a baby. Sorry, I got that wrong. Nick's wife is about to have a baby. And we're going to ring up his mistress and see what involvement she's got. We'll try to do that in a few minutes. So is that Punin Shaw? I always get his name wrong, but I know it's P. And then if you take the P away, it's unit. And you put the P back, it's Punit Shaw. I'm pretty sure that is him. Yeah, that's where the main sponsors. Alrighty, so let's go. Yeah, that's where the main sponsors to, along with Money Maze. Is that hey, Mum. Hi, Mum. Now, there's Christopher having the dream of his time. I don't think you'll be flying in and out of your prison cell. Just saying. Yes, that is. Excellent. Thanks, Susie. You're awesome. I don't like that music, so I'm going to stop it. If I play that music for more than 7 seconds in a row, that means my video gets a copyright strike, and I have to write a letter saying I'm doing it under fair use in the meantime. Yep, that's beautiful. Florida. I've been there. I enjoyed flying out of there. Actually, the hospitality in Orlando was very, very nice. I were a bit nervous being there. A lot of people said I would have loved to go out and dinner with you. I did meet up with a few people, a few Avengers, and also a few victims when I was there, but my experience of Orlando was absolutely lovely. It was a lot warmer than DC, which was less than 0 degrees. Well, I think you call it like 26 degrees or whatever it was. It was cold. I might just turn that music down. There's the man. There they are. I'll just turn that music down every now and again. Having a good conversation, shaking hands, good deals, brotherhood.
We're at Gandhi Day. We're here in Orlando, Florida. We're here to do our thing, support the community, and support the people that support us too as well. So thank you for everything, my man.
So how would you feel? This guy flies in with a helicopter, drives up with a Rolls Royce, and then goes in here and donates money for people who can't afford a meal for themselves. And the only reason he's given to that charity isn't because he wants to help people. It's so that he can get into the community and potentially find other victims. You know, and we found a lot of people in the Indian Chamber of Commerce that were basically endorsing him, and we wrote to them and they removed Goliath Ventures from their website. It'd be interesting to see what's the chamber, not the chamber, but there's a economics website. Can you please find the economic website address? I want to see if they've still got Goliath Ventures logo on their homepage of their website. I would love to find that. If somebody could find that, that'd be awesome. I think you know the one I mean. It's the government. Well, the organization that represents e-commerce or commerce business ventures in Orlando, and they still, after writing to 42 of them, telling them that Goliath Ventures is running a Ponzi scheme, they didn't remove the logo. So everyone's there doing charity, and Chris is hugging everyone like he's the man at the moment, and kissing people. This is fantastic.
A couple weeks ago, and asked if we would sponsor their event today, which provides 200,000 meals to the Indian community in need. And so on behalf of Team Goliath, we donated 45,000 meals. So we're flying up today to be a part of it. Couldn't be happier. And we're bringing you along for the ride.
So just think about what he said there. They provide, is it 200,000 meals to people of need? And here he is flying in a helicopter that must have cost a few $1,000s, of course.
Getting those as a little kid. Right. Like my parents went and bought like a 50.
So Christopher's background, he's meant to be brought up a single parent, trailer park and all that sort of stuff. And also worked at In-N-Out Burger and got fired for thieving.
Gallon drum of rice and the dehydrated beans with their dog. Yeah. And we ate those for the longest time because we didn't have any money.
Yeah.
Oh, he's very strong.
This is a great event. I mean, this was really
cool. 250,000 meals, man.
250,000 meals, that's a lot of meals.
That's insane, man.
Yeah, and there he is, getting the limelight, getting in front of the cameras, shaking hands with people of influence. Actually, who was that? That's interesting. Look at that, eh? Now, look at that. Look who he's talking to, everybody. So these guys have, basically... so these guys have been hanging around, socializing, endorsing bad behavior, in my opinion. And it's unfortunate that these charities are doing so. When you think about it, how do I explain this? These charities, he stood up in Fentanyl Day and pledged $2 million to Jackie Zagal's charity on fentanyl. That charity would rely on that money and they will never get paid it. These people are probably, and look, the girl's even got a Goliath t-shirt, shirt on, which is quite amazing. But I think it's amazing.
Your company, it doesn't matter how much money you make, how much money your company makes. If your company has true impact, then you're invited. These are invitations. Right. You're invited to be a part of something like this. Obviously, any donation helps, but just to have that special invitation just knows you're doing something right, doing something good in your organization and in your community as well. The most valuable thing is your time. Like I said, we could have wrote a $100,000 check to that event, provided $1 million.
We could have wrote $100,000 check to that event. Where'd that money come from? This is the scumbag. This is the scumbag Christopher is.
Meals. You even got people donating their time to pack them. Then the money doesn't do anything. It doesn't go anywhere. The meals don't get fed to people.
Hey, I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you everyone for their hard work.
So this guy has paid $1 million to actually stand there and grab the mic at a Patrick Ben David event. And here he is again at an event, being the man about town with the microphone and, pledging 45,000 meals for an organization that puts together 250,000 meals, doing good for the community. And he's managed to weasel his way in there and show off.
What you guys are doing right now, hands to work, is what matters. Doesn't matter if we were able to buy 500,000, 1 million meals. What you guys are doing right now, the impact you guys are having in the community, what truly matters. So from the bottom of my heart and
the bottom of his heart. Well, that's not very deep, is it?
From my family and from Team Goliath, thank you guys all for your hard work. We truly, truly appreciate it. You guys are truly making an impact in the community. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
Oh, that's just lovely. Goliath Ventures will be a bad taste in his mouth. So we're going to ring up the mistress soon, see whether she will answer the phone. A cute doggy. Have a look at the cute doggy. Look at the cute doggy. I must show Pixel that picture. Isn't that cute? A lot of these people don't even understand what these people are doing. So I'd be interested. So this is the Invest With Us. Now, I wrote personally to 42 people in this company. You come along here and you find contact and you've got get in touch and you can go through everybody in the company, and I emailed them all. So down here, let's see. Oh, and it took, and look, it's gone. Incredible. So they've taken the banner of Goliath Ventures off the website. So it took a government, just think about this guy. It took a government indictment before this company would listen to a YouTuber who's been squawking about this for 5 months before they took that off to mislead people. They were endorsing bad behavior. Why does it take that long for people to act Why don't they do the research? Why don't they ask the hard questions? This website here was endorsing bad behavior, and negligence is not good enough. So that's what I just wanted to strike home. Thank you, Susie. You're awesome. That was good. But I just can't believe that that is there. Now, what else we're going to show you? I did have something else to show you that was really interesting. While I'm getting ready to phone these guys, we're going to go to my website, and I want you to listen to Steve Davies before we give Steve Davies a ring, and we're going to see if he will talk to us. And let me find, where is Steve Davies? There it is. Explosion begins. There it is there. So 3 weeks ago, we had this conversation with Steve Davies, and we're about to give him a ring. So while I'm getting ready, you guys can listen to our previous phone call. We're ringing up Stephen Davies now. It's good to have their phone numbers.
Plug my ears.
Susie was on the line at the time too. And if they don't answer, you do wonder why, don't you?
Hello.
Yeah, g'day, Steve, is it?
What's up, Danny? What's going on?
Oh, you are watching. We were hoping to get somebody.
I'm not watching, but you're recording me now, aren't you?
Mate, we're doing better than that. We've got 90 people in a chat room, and we're
awesome.
Yeah. So,
hey, when are you going to start? When are you going to start telling the truth?
Well, you tell us the truth, mate. We're all ears.
No, you tell us the truth. Why do you keep making lies on everybody? You're scaring everybody away. Why are you doing that, man?
Oh, okay. So, can you prove that their money is secure? Because everyone's wondering at the moment.
Have you proven it to anybody? You haven't proven anything.
All
and
right.
how did you get my number? I don't consent to you recording me.
Oh, it doesn't matter here, mate. I'm a New Zealander. Different laws.
I know it doesn't, but now you've got it on recording.
Okay, then. Well, you tell us, mate, how I've got it wrong. We're all ears.
No, I want you to tell us what you found, because you're not telling us anything.
Well, how do I know? So you're telling me that there's no problems or no problems with Goliath Ventures?
Why are you not giving the evidence that you have? Why do you keep hiding behind your lies?
What lies?
Your lies.
Well, give me an example. I've asked you to prove the money's there. You don't want to.
Everything that you're doing.
Well, okay. Well, give me an example.
Tell us.
No, I'm asking you for an example. You're saying I'm telling lies. Are you telling me that?
Tell us.
So I'm ringing up Steve now. Hopefully you can hear that. You can hear it ringing good. So that was Steve Davies. And I'm ringing him on Signal first of all, because he won't be used to me ringing on that number. And remember, Steve Davies, the man that's in this video, is now living as a flatmate with Christopher and been ordered to get out on the 26th of March and find a new place to live. And apparently he's lost everything because he truly believed that Goliath Ventures was the future. But he doesn't want to answer my phone call anymore. So just in case he doesn't have signal on his phone, I'm going to carry on playing this, and then we're going to ring him on other avenues that we have as well until we get an answer from him. Because I know you're watching, Steve, and I know that you've probably been ordered that you're not allowed to talk to anybody with Christopher. So that went. So let's carry on listening to Steve Davies.
You to tell us exactly what you have been saying for 4 or 5 months. Where is the evidence? Show everybody.
Oh, I'm more than happy to prove it to you, mate. And why haven't you reached out to me sooner and put me right? Don't overtalk me, mate.
Anything.
Yes, I have, and I'll do it right now.
And you're scared. You're scared that our lawsuit is going to come at you.
You haven't got a lawsuit, mate.
We do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we do, my friend.
You don't have any jurisdiction over me.
Yeah, that's why you were scared when we had people over there.
Oh, so you're admitting to that?
We have business over there.
No, why was I scared? Because you have people over there.
Danny, tell us exactly where the evidence is.
So this is Steve Davies. Is that your name? And you're a fireman.
Danny, what the heck?
Oh, I've never heard that word. Even my podcast was called What to Hear at one time. So hold up, Steve. You're a fireman, right? Stephen, if this is going to be a two-way conversation, you need to listen, Stephen.
Two-way conversation. I'm going to run the conversation.
Okay, go for it, mate. You just keep going. So if you think about this, Steve isn't answering us. You think about this here. This man was arrogant, rude, disrespectful, and now we've got a government indictment. Chris has been arrested and freed and now living with Steve Davis, and Steve Davis is going to be homeless on the 26th of March unless some idiot decides to go bunking with him. And this is an alpha male. So he's going to be strong enough to live on the streets and beat his chest like Tarzan. But obviously he doesn't want to talk to us now, so he's all gone quiet. And last one that we will try is the standard phone number, which I just clicked the wrong button there, sorry. And let's have a listen. Oh, what have I done there, Danny? There it is. So let's just ring him. iPhone. Have I got iPhone? Hold up. It's all complicated these days. But he won't want to talk to me. Well, he's not talking to me. I want to see if I can ring him on WhatsApp, Telegram. So I tried Telegram. I'm not very good at this thing. This phone is not doing me justice. So I'm going to use phone, and we're going to ring him on a normal phone. Let's see if he answers.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Leave a message. G'day, Steve. Danny here. Wondering if you wanted to talk to me like you did the other day. I hear that you're now shacked up with Christopher and you're boarding with him. And I've got a lovely picture on the screen, which I'm sure you're both watching right now, of you trying to take an ankle bracelet off Christopher. Well, look what happened, eh?
Thanks. Please stay on the line.
Here we go. Now let's go back to this picture here. Steve Davis, the fireman, police chief, apparently. No verification proof on that. He stole firefighters' retirement funds. And if you think about it, 2 firemen ring me up, and I want more firemen to ring.
Is not available. If you would like to leave an additional message, please reply after the tone.
Yes, g'day, Steve. I understand that you're now shacked up with Christopher and you're trying to monitor his ankle bracelet. You ridiculed me for my investigation work, and I've heard that you believe this was a true and genuine opportunity, and now you're homeless and got nowhere to live. Maybe you should have listened to this little wee YouTube on the bottom of the planet before you were rude to me. Hope people keep buying your book, mate. I might even buy it and give you a review myself. All right, mate. Have a good time. And also, I went and visited the fire brigade. You can see that in one of my videos. And I wanted to talk to your brothers in arms. Yeah, anyway, I don't know what I'm trying to accomplish by doing that. I know that's not going to help people get their money back, but these people go after us. This guy admitted that they sent people to my house, and which is pretty shocking, really. So have a listen to some of this.
100 views that you get every day. That's what you're happy about? Dude, you have nothing.
There's a hashtag called Danny Strong, mate. Maybe you should support me and be a viewer. So because I get 200 views a day, you're telling me I'm not allowed to blow a scammer up.
Dude, I got that. Thanks for posting the last video of me. It just got another 1,000 views.
Hey, you had that taken down by Business Insider. How come was that? How come your sponsored article? So this is another thing. When these other 2 firefighters reached out to me and said they lost $100,000 each, they said that Christopher's been in Forbes magazine, and I said, well, you can pay for these sponsored adverts. Anyone can be in Forbes magazine. Here, he paid to be in the Business Insider magazine, and we complained to them about how he was being investigated for being associated to a large-scale Ponzi scheme and scam. They removed the article. And this point here, I'm actually talking about how he moaned to them, and they put the article back. Then we wrote back to them again, gave them more evidence, and they took it down for good. Now, this guy's paid for publicity. It's not genuine. He wasn't interviewed by a reporter. It's just total bullshit. And that's what these techniques of these guys do. Now, Christopher's the same. I never did see him mentioned in Forbes magazine, but Forbes have this thing where you can pay to be in their online version of their articles. The printed edition, you'll never find any sponsored adverts in there normally, and that's how it works. So that's the technique he used, but I was rubbing it salt in his wound, telling him we removed him. And now he owns a publishing book house, and people that have been associated to him have been getting phone calls from this publishing house asking if they want their book written. It's just absolutely crazy. So listen to this again.
You blind copied me because you're scared that they knew, but they know I know. So I've already reached out to them. It's going to get put back up.
Oh, it's got put back up and then it got taken down again. So what is it? Yo-yo time.
It's going to get put back up again. It's going to get put back up again.
Your sponsored article. How's your book going, mate? You got 7 reviews and 2 of them are bad.
Here's the thing, Danny. Here's the thing, Danny, is you continue to harass people.
I don't harass people. I save people from getting scammed, mate. And
No, you don't save nobody. You don't save anybody. When are you going to start telling people
why did
the
your
truth?
article get taken down? Why did your article get taken down, Steve?
People the truth. When are you going to start
What is the truth?
harassing people?
What is the truth? You tell us the
You
truth.
tell us the truth.
Why have investors' funds been blocked for 4 months? Tell us, Steve. Steve, start manning up, put your uniform on, and tell people why their money's been frozen for 4 months.
Read from a screen that is all
I'm talking to you.
ChatGPT driven. No, you read from a screen. We all know it. You can barely speak English. You barely can speak.
So funny. He said that I hide in New Zealand. Well, I live in New Zealand. I can barely speak English. Well, I am English, and it's the only language I know. But the point is, I have dyslexia, and I do struggle to read. And somebody who's left school at the age of 14, reading level of a 9-year-old, can take down a $328 million Ponzi scheme does make me kind of giggle sometimes. So that shows the power of being an Avenger and helping us provide information and take these guys down. I want every single one of these partners who have set up these LLC companies to be in jail, sentenced, or fined, and the very least get all their assets, take them off them, and give them back to the people they lied to, broke trust with, broke relationships with, and let's get some tighter relationships. Learn how to be a better version of yourself every day. My Avengers, myself, we don't get paid to do this. We don't have any hidden agendas. Personally, I would like to make a full-time job out of doing this. Our services, I want to make them available to anyone that's researching individuals who may be breaking the law. We want to raise as many red flags around fraud as we can. I'm sick and tired of having that phone call from individuals. I had a guy today who's been chatting to us off and on for 6 or 8 weeks. He finally rang me up. He rang me up on an anonymous phone number. And then he's telling me he's 50-50 now. He's up to 50-50 before he believes that this is a Ponzi scheme or a scam. Where are you? Are you 50-50? Are you 95% sure? Is there a slight possibility that Christopher's going to weasel his way out of the US government coming after him for $328 million worth of corrupt investment fraud? You really think that's possible? It's not. So, it's nice to see people in the chat room here that I haven't seen before. Oh, you need to change your username, Big Dick Daniels. If you don't know who Big Dick Daniels is, I'm going to show you who Big Dick Daniels is. Big Dick Daniels. Now, he's not referring to me at all. It's just a name of something. But if we go to the video here, and we go to this video here, watch this.
The only Denny's in the whole country that's not open.
We've got one Denny's in Christchurch where I live.
They might actually be
he's
open.
got his gun. So that police officer had his gun pointed at this guy, and we found out afterwards that this person had pulled the gun on the police officer.
They just took off. Whoa!
Wait, take the video.
Whoa! We got that on video, dude. Well, let's sit right here.
Move your head. Watch this.
We got that on video, dude.
I know. Look at this guy. And then next thing. The cops after him.
Totally got that on video, dude.
We met up with those policemen about 30 miles out of town, and then they used our video that I've put online here because they didn't have their cameras on. They said I don't know why, but they didn't have their body cameras on, so they wanted to use that video as evidence. So I was an hour in San Antonio, and then we see this gun pulled, police chase. And I love watching cops and robbers on TV. So that's Richard in the chat room. And it was so nice to meet my Avengers. So if you want to have a look at my journey when I went to Orlando, you can actually come down here and you'll see, I think this one here, and this is my whole trip.
I've decided that I'm going to
going through to Orlando, going to customs,
So,
and going to America and going right into the...
I'll keep you updated as the day goes on. It's going to be a bit of fun today. Might get yourself in trouble.
But we went to the government buildings. We went to the IRS, Homeland Security, and the FBI buildings. And then I went to the news agencies. I stayed in some beautiful hotels. That's me outside one of the agencies where I was pitching. Even went into the... we've got images. Well, they're not images.
Whereabouts am I, eh?
This is, you know, so if you haven't watched that video, it was about my journey. It was a very personal journey. It was actually quite horrible coming home. When I say horrible coming home, it was like, I remember getting off the plane. I think I've got a photo of me actually cracking up a little bit here, but that's me. Well, that's my doggy. But I think I had the Avenger book, and I'm really looking forward to the next chapter. And I've already got my next scam all lined up. I got a tip off from a very reliable source that I should pursue one of the scams that's going at the moment, and it's connected to Goliath Ventures. Stay tuned. Yeah, so just even looking at the that reminds me of me getting home and how much of a effort it was to do everything we did. And honestly, I met 4 of my Avengers face to face. People like Richard in the chat room, Susie I met, some other people I won't name. But that's how I felt when I got home. I was just exhausted. And then when we come home, we get an indictment, which is just incredible. So now we've got people like Steve Davies. So now I'm going to actually ring up Nick's mistress. I'm going to see if she will talk to me, and we'll ask her a few questions. So let's do that. So let's see. Right. Dory, I think her name is. But often we will make contact with these people, and Richard's a great example of that, because Richard was actually involved in a Ponzi scheme when I first met him. That was the truck driver. And we chipped back and forth in about 20 correspondence, and eventually he realized that I wasn't just a YouTuber after clicks. I was actually trying to save people from losing their money to investment scams. And it'll be the same with Dory here, because I know that she had a relationship with Nick. Now, Nick's wife is about to have a baby. Nick has just spent $8.5 million on a ranch. His wife still works a couple of days a week as a hairdresser. He's got a $5 million mortgage on his house, and he's recruited 900 people under 21, not 21, but 21 ventures. And now he's claiming that he's a victim because Christopher hasn't paid him. She didn't answer, unfortunately. I didn't think we would. I was surprised when Steve Davies actually answered the phone call. But, you know, Nick's has lied to his wife, we believe. And I did another video a wee while ago where we informed somebody that their wife was having an affair live. So I'm going to keep reaching out to this lady until she talks to us, because these are innocent people to a degree. And I mean that, you know, we've got to investigate everyone from every angle. We want to find out who these people are. These girlfriends, like Chris's girlfriend, can actually provide a lot of information about actually what went on, the places they went, the people they spoke to. They can provide a really good timeline. So that's why these type of people, even though they say I'm not involved, we actually believe them. But they were on the arm. They were the walking encyclopedias. They have got a lot of information that we can get out of them, which is really, really cool. All right, so let's leave her alone for now. We've gone to Steve Davies, the fire chief, who thinks he can write a book, who can promote it and smoke another cigar, and who's an alpha male. We still haven't got that there loading, which is a shame, but I think we've found that on YouTube anyway. Oh, my goodness, that's Matt. So Matt is the person I met. So Matt is the person I met face to face. That's him. Yeah. Now he's going to be responsible for my wardrobe train. I usually wear these t-shirts, so I'm going to change this to a V-neck one, and I'm going to show you what I look like. So he suggested that. He said I'm a lovely guy and I come across well on the camera. And then he said, but I reckon you could wear a polo shirt. So you can see I normally wear these t-shirts with no scam on the chest, which is obviously quite in there. But these are the new look t-shirts I'm going to get soon, and I'm going to be wearing those. I'll look better as a judge as well. So, and that's just so cool that he was, where has he gone? I'll get rid of her. She's quite distracting. I won't say anything. I'll just keep my mouth shut. Yeah, so Matt. So I met him face to face, and he was the only reporter that actually recorded my conversation on camera and interviewed me. So hopefully we'll meet. Very good reporting, very knowledgeable, knew the whole case inside and out, and I was really impressed with his reporting skills. So is this new? That's not new. That's the same one, isn't it? So I'm just going to make double sure on that. Yeah. All right, so we're waffling a wee bit. Right, so we have got one other person to ring, and that is Christopher's ex-wife. Now, as we said here, we actually have what the court ordered, and you can click on this, and you can read the 10-page conditions. Now, the co-signer with this was Chris's ex-wife. And I'm going to carry on playing our video of Steve while I get myself organized to give her a ring.
Speak. You can barely speak. Everyone's tired of your
claiming that he was in
nonsense.
Forbes
You can see
magazine
that your
India.
views are going down and down and down.
I'm not doing it for views.
You have zero
If I have one views, I can even with one view, I can take down Goliath, mate. Even with one view.
Danny,
I'm not here for views, mate.
You continue to harass people. You continue to.
Where's the money, Steve?
You've reached out to all
people here are asking you right now, where is the money of Goliath? Answer the question.
I don't know. You tell them. Tell them. Tell them.
I don't know where it is. No one does.
You're this prime investigative journalist. Show us where it is. If you're supposed,
mate, you're just using deflection techniques. You are the one.
You're using.
You're calling me a liar. But here we go. So we're ringing up Chris's ex-wife now. Hopefully you can hear that. Should be working. When she starts, if she answers, the voice should come through. But no one wants to talk to me. Alrighty. Right. Does anyone else want to come on stage with me? So that's something which we don't do very often. But if you're a victim and you want to have a chat to me, in an ideal world, what I would like to do, which is incredibly hard, is to actually get people to come on stage and talk about how they feel about their investment. So while, unfortunately, Andy Delgado, who signed an agreement with the courts for Chris's bail, doesn't want to speak to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a link in the chat room, and if anyone's brave enough, you'll be able to come to a screen like this, and you'll be able to basically select. You don't even have to have your camera on, but you can put your name here, like Danny D. Heck. A box has popped up here asking me allow me to visit the site, and you can see it screwed up my camera, which I'll fix in a second. Okay, fixed. And you can now see that my sound is working, and I can pick my virtual camera or my MacBook camera or my USB camera. So I'm going to pick my other camera. Here I am, high in the green screen. And then I click join, and then I could literally join myself on stage. So it's just something I thought I'd offer because I've got a few people in here at the moment, more than I've ever had. But feel free to come on stage now and talk to me. You can literally turn your camera off somehow. I don't know how to do it. I think there is a switch to turn the camera off, and then I'll let you in. Or you can have your camera on if you want. It doesn't bother me. But if you want to talk about your experience, I've been doing this for 5 years, and this is, I've never had so many victims to actually process and help. But that offer's there, so feel free to do that if you like. We'd love people to share their story, even any information that they may have. Some people are scared that Christopher's going to come back like Goliath. Goliath's just been taken down by Danny, David and Goliath, Danny and Goliath. See what I'm going with this? And we've actually managed to take down one of the biggest Ponzi schemes and scams in America with a tiny little stone, knowing where to hit. We have got a database of over 160 people now who have either been investing or promoting this large-scale Ponzi scheme or scam. And we've had individuals like Steve Davies berate us and give us a hard time, which have these websites called Alpha, which is this male mentality where you be strong. We've got people like Tomo, who leaves their partner when they're 8.5 months pregnant. What type of man would leave their partner that they're having a baby with when she's 2 weeks for giving birth to their son or daughter? You've got Nick Petrillo, who we found out's had a mistress for 3 years, who's living in a ranch worth $8.5 million, taking joyrides on airplanes to celebrate his 70th birthday for his father. And his wife's about to have a baby. What type of individual would still be with his wife, about to bring a child into the world, when I've just announced to everybody that he's had a mistress for 3 years? What type of man does that? Christopher, we know that had, I think we've got 8 different girlfriends since he left Adelaide, Andy. Now, Andy has been in the court system. So if you go to Orange County court files and search for Christopher, you'll find that there's a lawsuit with his wife. Now, why would his ex-wife be signing a bail bond for putting her house for his house for security up for $1 million? You know, so that's what these guys have been doing. Now, a lot of these guys, we had Avengers. So when they had their Jason Derulo event in Wyoming, we actually had an Avenger inside that event with a camera, recording, doing video clips, and got through the security without the bracelet on that you had to have, and we had it documented. The day before the event was held, we had another Avenger, a different person, sitting right next to Nadia Bringus while she was on her laptop. And they didn't know that they were sitting next to an Avenger. So I think what I'm trying to say is, if we really want to make a difference in what we're doing, we need to be more vigilant. I can't even say it. We need to literally spot these scammers. Now, I'm very approachable. You can find me really easy. My name is Danny, and I'm a New Zealander. So if you want to check out my website, you can go to danny.co.nz, and you can actually find my website and you can report things. Now we have, I think I know who this, it's going to be Bob, is it? So this is, I'm just going to go back to the other screen and put you here. And that's what happens if somebody comes on screen. You'll get a box like this, and this is, and I can now talk to them and say, hello. I'll put you down here actually. And that's Bob.
I know undercover you also visit Grace Zumba, right?
I didn't visit Grace. Now, I'll tell you a wee story about Bob. Bob is one of our main Avengers. Bob does a lot of the phone calling and asking people and warning people about Ponzi schemes and scams. None of my Avengers know what Bob looks like. No one knows where Bob lives. And we know he's got 6 toes because we've only seen his feet ever. But these are the type of people that put their neck on the line or try to protect themselves from, you know, the lawsuits and all the nasty things that these guys do to fight back and push back on us. And Bob, at Christmas time, we put together all Bob's recordings. And last year we had 8 hours of phone calls where Bob was trying to save people from scams. Most of them are deaf ears and in disbelief and have denial issues.
Yeah, and some were pretty funny.
Why is the sound, just make sure my sound's working in the right place. Where's my thingy? It just sounds like the sound's actually been very naughty. That input, oh yeah. You're very quiet. Have you got a different...
What?
You're very unusual. You sound a bit strange today. You know, I had to pack up my whole studio and take it to America with me. And where do you live, Bob?
Queen will find out. Queen knows.
I'll just turn you up a bit. Try it now.
Queen of Karma knows where.
No one knows. Queen of Karma knows where you live. Is that right? No, she doesn't. No one knows where you live. No, it's cool. Anyway, we might. Bob wears 2 left shoes. Hey, did you see that bald fella on here yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's cool. Just going through the messages. All right. I'm just going to keep playing Steve Davis for a little bit because he hadn't quite finished getting into me yet. And since we can't make a call, we'll probably make another call to Steve Davis because he's a bit of fun.
You should drop the number. Maybe I'll try calling him later.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea. You've got no
Because we won't
proof there's
really
any
have
money
it.
left. That's the best you can do.
You have shown us nothing. You have shown us nothing.
Do you think Steve Davis is saying that now? You've shown us nothing. Here he is living inside a house with Christopher, ordered to move out on the 26th of March. And here he is 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, telling me I have shown him nothing. Do you think the American government has now shown him something?
You've shown us nothing.
That's Susie.
You can't
You
even
are showing us
can't even
nothing.
comprehend what anybody's saying because you have to use a voice activated chat. You're ridiculous, Danny.
So he thought that one of my Avengers was a voice activated chat. So every time she spoke, he ignored her. And I was thinking, he can't hear her. But if you don't know, up here on the screen here, you can see that's Susie. And just like you see Bob on my screen down the left here, over here, Susie was on stage and we did this prank phone call together. It was absolutely a hoot. It's probably one of the funniest things I've done with this Goliath Ventures investigation. Personal insults.
You
Is that
have
where you've
shown
got to?
us nothing.
She's even singing.
You are showing
Danny,
us
when are you
nothing.
going to start showing people?
Well, I've shown you, haven't I, Steve? I've shown you that Goliath Ventures was a total scam and they were stealing money fraudulently from Canadians and Americans. Most Americans were based in Orlando and a lot of Canadian people are now don't know where to turn. They don't know who to use. If there's any lawyers out there, real lawyers, and you want to reach out to us, we can probably, look for a few lawyers who might. The problem with lawyers is they want another 20 grand as a retainer before they even start these cases. Bob, you want to be a lawyer?
I specialize in slander and defamation.
Do you? Slander. You might be a conflict of interest there, Bob.
No. I'm spying on Carl Havelstein right now.
Oh, sure. We've both had their rodeos, haven't we?
When are you going to start showing people?
Hey, Steve, you need to learn to listen.
Hey, Danny. Hey, Danny. When are you going to start showing people?
That's his only line. It's so funny.
You got nothing. Exactly.
You're a fireman providing financial advice to people and you're criticizing me.
Danny, you're a guy that lives in his mom's basement and you're getting...
That was Bitcoin Rodney. We took him down as well. So here he is criticizing that I'm living in his mum's basement. And now there's an order from the American government for him to move out of the house where he's been living with Christopher. I mean, you can't make this shit up.
You've got some kind of clown show going on.
Mate, personal insults. Is that how is this your alpha? Is this your alpha thing, is it? Is you insult people to climb over people? The reality is you don't know where the money is. There's no money left.
There's no money left. Okay.
Because he doesn't know where the money is either.
He'll be pissing himself.
Danny.
Having a few beers, are you, mate? We're having a wee cigar.
Greater than 200 views. I think people will start listening to you.
All right. Well, maybe you should reach out. It's quite funny. This video, I don't get many views. I've had 678 views on this video. Very few comments, though. And that's the nature of what I do. People don't want to put their name down there in case they get, connected to the scam and Christopher comes after them.
Because they heard the 8-hour phone call, Bob.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, oh,
this is quite funny. We've got, I'm ringing up Chris Davies now, who doesn't want to talk to him anymore. And he's got nowhere to live. So here he is criticizing me, thinking that I live in my mum's basement. And the guy is now a homeless, jobless firefighter, which normally are there saving people's lives.
Where you gotta live now?
Yeah, you can't make this shit up. Shout out to CoffeeZilla, mate. He has normally about 7 or 9,000 million views on each video.
Who you went and got with?
No.
And you had to...
CoffeeZilla is investigating you, mate. Hey, do you want to ring up... Why don't you ring up CoffeeZilla and tell him what you know?
Look at me. Look how great I am. Danny, you haven't done crap. You haven't done crap.
How about that, guys?
You've harassed.
Now I know you're getting
people.
desperate.
You have harassed a bunch of people. I'm desperate. Continue
They all
reading
use
from
the same line.
Mate, just keep digging your hole, Stephen. You've got no... What was that, Bob?
They all use the same lines. You
I
know
know.
nothing.
It's
like a
like
bingo board.
You know how we always
You
say
don't
they've got
understand
Scammer Book 101? These guys just go to the same... If you've been challenged by a YouTuber who's calling you a fraud, you must say, you've got no money. You're nobody. It's like standard.
Oh, wait. And the free space in the middle. You don't understand the business.
Yeah.
You don't understand the business.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, what's that there?
It's like, I understand the multi-level marketing business probably better than they do.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look. I'm just looking through some of
I
the
know the guy who designed the comp plans for MLM, so I know every single comp plan on MLM.
Oh, here we go. No proof.
I
You've
had
had
the
your
guy
Business
who
Insider. You've had your Business Insider article removed by an amateur YouTuber has removed your Business Insider magazine. You just overtalked me. You're just a mongrel, mate. You're not a fireman now, mate. You've got too many flames and you can't put this one out.
More fire than
Your
you see.
building is on fire and you've got no ladder and no water.
Why do you hide in New Zealand? Are you still scared of your family? Are you going to chase?
Look at this. He gets really personal. He's obviously researched me. I was brought up a Jehovah's Witness. Unfortunately, I've had two people.
Yeah, but I forget what famous person said it. It's like when you can't turn around with facts and you start slandering, and that's how you know they got nothing.
Yeah.
Like, personal
Wish you sounded
insults.
better.
Like that's all you got. Like I would love to have a conversation. That's why I want a conversation with this guy. It's like, what is he gonna say about me? He's got nothing.
Well, I
You're
know,
a
and
YouTuber.
these guys hide
Yeah,
all their
you're-
lives and what they're doing, but I'm always transparent. I don't have any reason to have any secrets. I'm proud of who I am and what I am.
What could he say about me?
Well, you got 6 toes, Bob.
He didn't see that video. He didn't say nothing about me. You're a YouTuber? No, I don't have a channel.
Yeah.
You got nothing. What are you gonna say?
Yeah.
Chase them around with a shovel again?
So you're just
Is that what you're going
allowing
to do?
all of these people that you've worked with.
Is that what people are going to do?
for such a long
are you chasing
time.
people? So you're still knocking on people's doors? Is that what you're doing?
Well, you've researched me a wee bit, haven't you? You must be worried about me if you've researched me that much, mate. That's the funny thing.
Worried about you.
You are. You've gone right through everything you can trying to stop me, and you know that I've finished this company up, mate. Your wee McLaren car's going to get repossessed, mate.
You call me.
I call you a coward, mate. That's who you are. You're a coward. No, you're a coward, mate. You are a coward. You will not even stand up for what you believe in.
You took money
You're
from
making all
people
this stuff up for
that was
months.
for all of their retirement
How many
funds.
people have you
You've stolen
scammed?
retirement money from people. How about that one, Bob? How many people have I scammed? Well, it's none, actually. None. Not one person have I scammed in my life. I mean, you guys might keep track of it, but we don't because we
I
don't
know,
scam people.
If you believe the news, you're involved in OneCoin. You know, they ain't the heck promoted OneCoin. The funniest false ad I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, that's right. Because there's a interesting thing though. Like if we go back
promoted
to
by
my
Mr. Dimitri.
website here, and you click on smear campaigns, I actually have dedicated a page on my website to all the articles that people have written about me, which are literally smear campaigns. But if you come down to here, I've actually got 6 YouTube channels that have been set up to defame me. And then here are all these blog websites which are there to defame me as well, because this is what scammers do to fight back. And, you know, it's not ideal, but people go, oh, why don't you take them off? But if I take these, like one of the websites, I complained to Google and said, well, why are you allowing this rubbish to be on your platform? And they said, I'll reach out to the author. And I said, well, there's no contact details. Their domain names are locked down and you can't actually find this information. But here's this is a bad example, but here's broken images already. But here's a blog site set up, you know, basically to defame me, defamation if you really want to go down that track. And where's the other one? So let's go, you know, like if you go to Dehek Co. So my website address is dehek.com. And then somebody's gone and purchased a domain name, set up a whole website exposing Danny Dehek And sometimes people read these articles and go, "Oh, I read about you on the internet," you know. And look, they've even used this photo here. Like we did a website called Snuggler, and they've picked the photo with a kid, and then they basically put, this amazing slanderist. I actually find it quite comical, which is a laugh.
I would wonder if you slice back, like using a baby in a picture, they would actually take it offline.
Yeah. But, like since I've been doing Goliath Ventures, I've lost my Facebook account, my Instagram account, my TikTok account, my LinkedIn account 4 times, but now we know the guy that runs LinkedIn, so we can get it back. I've lost my iMessage account. I often get my WhatsApp banned because I've had my website denial server attacks for 2 months. I've had 10 copyright strikes, false copyright strikes, and false reporting to all.
Get banned. Mine get banned daily. My WhatsApp gets banned every other day.
Yeah. Oh, look, Richard's joint. Yeah, that's what we do, and this is what we do. It's like a dogfight, and it's, here's a website that's hosted by Google, for example. If I go to here, and I'm just going to have to take out all the brackets because we don't want them to get traction on the internet because they can do their own marketing. So I go to Google, and I said, this is defamatory. This image is actually owned by a photographer. So you can come down here and read all this rubbish. You can click on Danny DeHeck, and here you find something on Tumblr. It just goes on and on and on. That's me when I was a Jehovah's Witness, that one. But they just try and find dirt. That's all they want to do. Oh, thank you very much, Richard.
Sends a copyright claim in.
Let's carry on listening to the big boy, because this is the funny part for me. You have retired. You have stolen retirement money from people. You are a bottom. You're going to jail, Stephen.
People. You have scammed so many people.
You're changing the narrative. He's going to jail, but at least he'll have somewhere to live. You are going to jail, mate. You and your alpha boys are going to jail.
You're going to be going to jail. You're going to be
bullshit. You can't even touch me, and I'm reporting the truth. I'm a reporter. You guys have been exposed. Thank you.
I was on this.
Bloomberg.
I was on that.
New York Times. What were you on? Business Insider, publishing sponsored articles, and they've been removed. And you're criticizing me. I've been in the New York Times. You're telling me.
New York Best Times?
No, New York Times. The front cover, mate. I was on I wasn't on the front cover, but I was a bit nervous when I said that. So let's get that right. But I were in the printed edition of the New York Times, and it was a 2-page spread. And I was interviewed over 4 weeks over Zoom by a reporter that was too scared to do a story on the scam I was going after. So he finished up doing an article on me and my quest to name and shame anyone running or promoting a large-scale Ponzi scheme or scam. And that was only when I had 300 videos at the time. So it is actually quite amazing, the journey that you go on, and we didn't come this far just to come this far. And we're currently investigating over 200 different scams, which is just ridiculous. Probably want to show you some of that just so you get the idea. I'll just bring up Millernote. So Millernote's a program that isn't public. But if I just put this back on the screen here, this is, and I could tell you a story about each one of these and probably bore you to death. But the 3 scams that are associated with Goliath Ventures, Wealth MD, and Black Block, not to be mistaken as Black Rock, and then my liquidity partners. So just those ones there. And then the new one that we're investigating now is the Onyx Reserve, not to be mistaken for Onyx Reserve, which is a different company altogether. I don't know how they do that, but why they do that is to confuse you. So 2 firemen that rang me up, they said, but they're associated to Black Rock. And I said, no, it's Black Block, not Black Rock. And they went, oh. And they said, he's in Forbes. And they go, no, he's not. It's a sponsored article. So
the play is the SEO. That's because look at was it We Are All Satoshi? They have all those fake companies that have like 1 letter off, like Dodo. Oh. So they're all trying to get like, hey, like somebody typed it and misspelled it.
So some of these scams have fallen over, like Trade Technologies. We reckon it was about 11 million, 14 million they stole from people. Smart Lab has now rebranded itself to another company name, and everyone has to do KYC details to have hope that their funds hasn't disappeared. E-real estate, where they sell fake real estate, doesn't actually exist. BG Wealth Sharing, which is a very scary scam. It's got 6 different regulators have mentioned about that being a scam in 6 different
If you were
countries.
a little earlier on in Florida, you could have visited e-estates. Also, while you're down there.
I don't know why I can't hear you. I can hear you somewhere else, but I can't hear you there. I think everyone else can hear you okay. So it just goes on. So Susie's given us a URL. So let's have a look and go there. Oh, she's putting that video on. Well, watching that one at the moment. Hey, we'll just watch the end of this and see how it ends. A page spread of the New York Times for busting scammers like you. And you've been in a sponsored article in the Business Insider magazine, and it's been removed. And you're calling me a scammer. What the heck?
Called the New York Times. You had a New York Times.
Yeah, been at the front cover of the New York Times, mate. 2-page spread.
Dude,
what you can do is do personal insults. It's just part of your alpha thinking. You're an alpha.
So, Stephen,
more alpha
when will the
Listen for a
MSB
change.
be
more
approved?
alpha than you.
You're going down, and you know it.
When-
That's what Steve's more alpha than me. That's what he just said. Are you talking about this?
When will the wallets be unlocked?
You are going down.
When will the
I'm going down.
payments start?
People are
are
going
so
to
many
see
partners
this.
just
People are going to see this. Well, he wasn't wrong about that.
People are
dropping
going
out
to
now?
see this. People are going to see this, Danny, and they're going to, and your show is going to be even worse.
So my show's actually got dramatically better in the last few days, Stephen. I think I've actually got 199 people that have seen this video before I even press play. But think about this. You've got an ex-fireman who's now a financial advisor. Fireman for 2 decades, apparently, claiming he was a fire chief. And now all the people, those 2 firemen that rang me up, said that they trust Steve with their life because they've ran into burning buildings with him. And I said, well, unfortunately, that's going to be completely different than trusting Steve with your money. And now here he is shacked up with a guy that's just been indicted for running one of the largest Ponzi schemes in America for $328,000. And here he is in a video filmed 3 weeks ago berating me, telling me that I am a liar and a scammer. How does that guy keep his chin up when he's walking around the streets of Orlando? I went to Orlando, and out of all the people I wanted to meet, it wasn't you, Steve, because you're probably the only one that actually had a voice and decided to be and talk to me. All the other cowards don't talk to me. I've rang up Christopher, I've rang up Puny, Shaw, I've rung up Alex, I rang up all the people that are promoting this. We've got all their phone numbers. And I'm going to show you something pretty tricky in a second, but just keep listening to this. I'm going to show you how you find out more information about Goliath Ventures. If you're just trying to come to terms with your loss, your financial loss, and you're looking on how to process it, I want to show you how dedicated I've been and my Avengers have been at exposing this crowd. Look at this.
200 views,
You're
that's all you
just
can
trying
get?
to change
68,000?
what's happening here.
Is that what you're doing?
Keep digging, Steve. Keep digging.
Using another chat
just keep
GPT
going.
voice
The
because
head investigators of Goliath Ventures are listening to this, mate. And this is what how you act. So this is the head investigators of Goliath Ventures who are listening to you talking now.
Danny
How do you feel?
has no real evidence. He's just making accusations, false
Where's
accusations.
the money, Steve? Where's the money? Why are they stop payments?
People
answer the hard questions. Stop being a pansy.
Why
Answer the
are
hard
so
questions.
many partners
Stop being a
dropping out?
pansy. Who's the pansy?
When will the MSB
Answer the
be
questions and
approved?
stop deflecting.
Where is the money?
If you want, mate.
Going.
Oh, for God's sake. Why can't you?
You don't got no money, do you, Danny?
No, I don't. No, I don't. I have no money and I've put everything into this. So why do people insult people that don't have any money? What is it? A pecking order? The person with the most money gets the most airtime? Why do we have to strive after our money like there's no tomorrow? Is him scamming people and having maybe a few $1 million in the bank so important to him that he'll risk everything in doing this? All what he could do was grab low-hanging fruit insults, trying to say, I'm nobody because I don't have no money. Well, I don't have any money, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. But I do an honest day work for an honest day pay, and that's something to be proud of. So this is a typical sort of abuse that we get from these people who now have no money themselves. And if they do, they'll be trying to hide their money. It's like watching the Titanic sink, and there's somebody trying to go through all the safes and all the cabins and grab all the money, not realizing that the ship has gone under the water, and then realizing they've got too much money, too much gold to carry out, and then they can't take it with them on the life rafts, and then they're going down with the ship. But these guys, no doubt, would push everyone off the life rafts and put all their worldly possessions in the life raft instead and tried sailing away. And they don't care about people. They don't care about friendships. They don't care about relationships. Right now, I'm sure Christopher and Stephen are sitting together in a room, probably having a cigar, going, "Don't worry, you got this, bro." What a pack of idiots. What a pack of idiots.
Who's been sponsoring it?
Mate, you don't have to see who's been sponsoring us. They sent people to New Zealand to offer me a deal. They'd already offered me $150,000. And these guys
I would love to be
hired
asked that
private
question.
investigators to come here to New Zealand to offer me another deal. And they wouldn't let me record it, so I told them to F off. And while I was telling them to F off, they wanted to know who sponsored me. And then he admitted that he knew those guys come and knocked on my door. And that question he just asked there was, who's sponsoring me? No one's sponsoring me. I'm an Avenger. To be rich, to be successful, you know that, mate? You don't have to have money. Where's the money? Answer the question, Stephen. Fireman, go get me a ladder. People want their money back. People want their money back. You're a thief. Where's their money? And you're calling me a scammer, and you've got no proof of the money. You're a common day thief.
How many people have you screwed?
Well, I'm screwing you, brother.
How many people have you screwed, Danny?
You. I'm screwing you because you're a thief.
You're a thief. You're a scammer. You're a thief.
Prove it. Man up.
You prove it.
Prove it. I have proved it. You're not paying people. Trying to fight fire with that one, but he's just like in that tunnel of insult. What do you think, Bob?
They're hilarious. And if you want to know who's sponsored by, Larry Lane. He makes me go after him because he's a moron. It was his birthday yesterday, right, Queen?
I know. I'll keep this one pretty clean, but I would like to do some Zoom meetings right now, but it's too late. I just want to give Steve Davis another.
Yeah, there was one, but it was a boring one. It was Dream Trips.
Let's just ring up Steve. I know Steve's watching right now, but he won't pick up his phone. I mean, you can go outside away from your flatmate, Steve. Oh, go on, pick up your phone, Steve. Listen to him. You've set up your own company under Goliath.
Why did you stop the payments?
Yeah.
Why did you stop the payments?
I'm done talking to you because this is
This wasn't a conversation, mate. You're a coward. That's who you are. You're going to jail.
Now let's be
You're
honest,
going to jail.
Why?
Alpha training wasn't working.
Because you're a scammer.
Okay, Steve. Go have a cigar, Steve.
So are you just trying to change the direction of everything that's going on at Goliath right now?
Why aren't you giving us the information, Danny? Anyways, I'm done talking to you. It was fun. It was fun talking to you, but
Is this what an alpha male is? Is this what an alpha? See, every time he wants to leave, I wanted to stay on the phone as long as possible. Alpha male is a coward that can't even defend or answer a basic question. You can't even tell us where the money is. So I've given him some bait and he can't help it. He bites back.
Why didn't you have
Danny,
W-9 information up front?
Quit screwing people. Quit scamming people.
Thank you for the content.
200 views aren't getting anything.
I'm not worried about the views. I don't care if no one watches the video, mate. Yep.
Content on you. I
Please
can't
do.
wait.
Please do. Love it.
All right,
You can hang up now, Stephen. Get off my phone. So I'm telling him to hang up. Get off my
I love
phone.
how he says that because certain reviews are getting like 500 views. Like I saw a We Are All Satoshi review and got 600 views.
Oh. Good.
So
Mongrel. Get off the phone. You're
get off my phone.
No, get off my phone. I do this all the time. Scammers are so dumb that I control the narrative. Hang up now, or you will be in serious trouble, Stephen. And he'll go like to the Star Wars people, let the droid pass. Hang up the phone, you coward. Where's the money? Why have you stopped payments for people? Why have you stopped paying people who have invested in you? Firemen have put their money on their mortgages so they can invest in your stupid Goliath Ventures. When is your name coming off Goliath Ventures website?
He's a scammer.
Why?
He's a scammer.
Take the money.
He hasn't got any views.
Are you talking about your friends?
Nobody. He's been dragging you guys along
Talking about your
for
friends,
months.
Stephen.
He can't get anybody.
So this is the guy we're talking to at the moment. There's Stephen there. He's a
This is all
amazing
you
alpha.
have, Stephen. That's
No, this is
pretty
it.
shameful.
Said
This
nothing.
is exactly what he does.
Look at
He
it.
hasn't said
What he
anything.
does.
Stephen Davis is the person that's on the phone
can't
at the
tell
moment,
us.
and we're going to sit here and watch
It's
this wee
probably
stupid
because he doesn't
podcast.
know either. So he's worried about.
I love
not
it because it's going to
only,
get me more
you know,
content.
All right, mate. I love it because it's going to get me more content. I mean, he just told me I get no views, and because I posted a video about him, it gave us 1,000 views to his video. So he claimed. I mean, the guy's clutching at straws for content here, and he's a YouTuber. He's a podcaster, YouTuber. Need more content because you need to be publicised. It was going to be great watching you fall, mate. You can't trust firemen. This is what people in the chat room are saying about you at the moment, Stephen. Yeah. But go look at the video. That gives you enough of what we're going on. Look, I'm just going to give you a detour of, I'm not going to go through everything in now, but if you are trying to find Steve Davis's phone number, even Chris's phone number, even the travel assistant's phone number, under that link there that you'll see changes colour, if I clicked on that button, it will drop down and it will display everyone's phone number, but then I'll get done for doxing. Also, there is a WhatsApp group that you can request to join. We're still helping investors today. And this is the button when you click on Goliath Ventures. You've got photos of Chris with Kash Patel, head of the FBI director. There's Christopher with his mates with a 2,000 bottle of champagne on his head spinning around. Really? Are these investors or party boys? Now that's Steve Davis's Lamborghini. What was that one? So you've got those. You've got they've got history. This whole thing was about showing the NLP days. So that was the scam that got done by SEC a few years earlier, and Goliath Ventures was basically a mirror image of that. More bottle spinnings. Jason Girillo, private jets is where all the money's gone into fuel. Here's Alex. Anyone in here? I've had these people ring me up panicking, saying they're not involved. They just went on a joyride. Jason Newton from Canada. Tomo, who's now gone quiet. But all the blogs that we've done. So this blog, here's the first one. And we've actually done a series of 30 blogs exposing Goliath Ventures. We've done about 60 videos exposing Goliath Ventures. So to my surprise, I got a phone call today, as I said earlier on, from somebody who was still on the fence, 50-50, whether I'm here going after YouTube clicks or Christopher can talk his way out of it, and the US government send him a bill for $328 million. That's what they've tracked so far. But we've had a bit of a field day with this one. The purpose of the video today was really, I'm going to put Bob back on the stage here.
All right.
I'll put you there, but I don't know what else. Has anyone got any questions in the chat room before we disappear? Which would be nice. Like what concerns are people experiencing right now? Like do people not know where to turn and what to do next? That's probably the real question. Like
yes, because it's the most confusing thing, I think.
Wish you were coming through on my headphones. What was that?
I said that's probably the most confusing thing. What do I do after involved in it?
So we are concerned about people in Canada, we'll be honest. Most of this investigation is America. So we are asking investigators, what do we do with all the Canadian people that have, lost money to these scams? Who do they report things to? Queen of Karma's a YouTuber who's based in Canada. She's in the chat room at the moment. By all means, reach out to her, ask her who you report. Yep, so it's Queen of Karma's in Canada. She'll have some links where you can report these crimes. Now, reporting really does make a difference. We know people, like somebody submitted some evidence to the government in the US, and when they did the indictment, one of the graphics that they submitted in evidence was used in the indictment, which is pretty cool. So that's what we're all about. So remember, Chris is a fully qualified hamburger maker. He was fired from In-N-Out Burger for stealing. I mean, and now you might think he's still a genuine guy. You know, way back. So we started, this is the 10th of September, we found out a bookkeeper was running a $500 million company. Remember, the figure of 328 million is just the beginning, and that's what they've got so far. But our first blog went live on the 1st of September, the 3rd of December. We started investigating this for 2 days. We looked at the contract that they had, and somebody asked me today, I didn't sign up, but they gave me a contract, and did we want a copy of it? And we said we surely do. So the first contract that we got our hands on, I actually had to get it reconstructed word for word using ChatGPT because it was so small I could hardly read the words. And that was our first contract. And now we have tens of contracts that we can use. But that contract was disgusting. And I can't believe actually people signed that. It even said that the principal was insured. But in the agreement, I don't know where it is exactly, but it said if anyone wants to know about the insurance, all they had to do was contact them. And you'd think that if you were signing a contract that was ironclad, you know, you would want to know about the insurance for when it all goes wrong. But the honest truth of it is the people that wrote this contract that I haven't got on the screen, the people that wrote this contract that we're looking at was a defense lawyer, not a contract lawyer, and he was also an investor of the company.
That's not conflict of interest.
And if you were, the Goliath Ventures website was still live today, you would see the address of that lawyer, Eric Clayman. And Goliath Ventures is one and the same. And Eric Clayman was also doing MailChimp newsletters from the same database where they emailed everyone from. So it's pretty cool. Well, I can't really offer you much more today. And I've actually only had 3 hours sleep today. And some of my Avengers have only had about that much sleep because we're excited and exhausted. So it hasn't really been my best show today. But if you want to keep providing this information, you can reach out to me. Download Signal and search for my cell phone number, which is on my website. And, you know, we are not finished. We are just starting, which would be really, really nice. So that's really, really cool.
Respect any other right.
Yeah.
Of course.
All right, Bob. You can say goodbye to everyone today.
Now we start the Bob show for next 3 hours.
Somebody asked us, well, I can't do. So somebody, actually, these questions are good in the chat room. I'm sorry for ignoring them, but I'm going to put that one on.
How's the DG Wealth Group going? They're still
all right. Do you expect any other arrest? With my hand on my heart, I got interviewed by a big reporter, and he said to me, did you think that Christopher was going to be arrested? Now, this is probably contradicts everything I'm all about. I said no. I thought this could go on for ages. So I've always said I would like to see Christopher, Nick Petrello, Matt Burks, and Piers Curry, and now I'm saying Eric Clayman, all arrested and charged for fraud. Negligence is not an excuse for bad behaviour. So do I think there's going to be any other arrest? After I've seen this one and after talking to the investigators, they are still working like beavers. I know that I'll just say FBI has actually knocked on Nick Petrello's door. I know that some of my victims that I've been speaking to said that they had people turn up at their house and they got shown pictures of Nick Petrello and they were asked to identify him like a lineup, like a mugshot. So we know, what we do know, we can tell you is there was a Microsoft Teams meeting and one of my victims was in that meeting and there were 14 people from all different government departments. So do not think for a minute that that Christopher is going to take it for everybody. Now, Christopher has literally decided for weeks he has been helping with this investigation. So just process that. Why would Christopher be helping this investigation if he wasn't running a scam? And also, we now understand why he's out on bail, because he probably has been helping them.
Yep.
And if we can do anything to find any leftover money or funds or assets. Now, these guys, they knew they were going to get caught. So I believe Nick Petrello, I'd actually, if you want to do the betting thing, we could bet that Nick Petrello is the next person to be indicted. And we've got more evidence than you can poke a stick at just from our open source intelligent investigations. But when we know there's people knocking on doors, holding up pictures, interviewing people face to face, and we see 14 government agencies in a Zoom meeting or Microsoft Teams meeting, is there going to be many more arrests? It's good. Is there any other questions? When's the next update on BG Wealth scam? Well, yeah, as we said earlier on, we actually, that's a good question. I'm just going to go, I think these questions are good. I actually really enjoy questions coming in. I don't normally have such a interacting.
BG Wealth they're just doing the same thing. They just keep buying
Say
the
that again, mate?
memes. BG Wealth they keep going, but I think the Indian lady Gagan Soraka is going to be in huge trouble. She's in America,
Why is my screen gone funny?
and her fake holistic company with her two partners are going to get killed.
I wish I could hear you better, Bob. And I think people can hear you fine, but unfortunately I can't hear. I'm just trying to get my chat room. I don't know why my screen keeps going back to that one for. I'll just see if I can actually get this.
And I'm starting to figure out there's certain Zoom meetings that are open an hour before the meeting, and the mics are unmuted because there's no co-host, but they open the meeting and then leave. And that's been very effective on communicating to certain people that it's a fraud when you get to speak to 30 minutes uninterrupted in the Zoom meeting.
I'll just put the chat box on the 21 Ventures. See if there's any other questions we've had that people
And
want to
this is
ask.
my shout out to put on notice Steve Branch. You're next on my list.
I can't hear you, Bob. I can hear you talking.
Can't
I hope
hear me
other
now?
people can hear Bob. Can anyone else hear Bob? Yeah, I think you've got a
Wait,
bad
Danny,
line today.
I got a bad line?
No, I think the sound's coming through it should be coming into my ear, but it's coming in through my laptop speakers. And I've got plugs in my ears, so that's why I can't hear you. So have we got a BG Wealth Management meeting? I think it would be fun to show people.
They usually run in the mornings, and I don't think they usually run them at night. The only ones that usually run at night are GG Gold or Megan.
Just to show you guys, so these are BG Wealth is the biggest scam that's going on the planet at the moment.
We can hear Bob. Okay, thank you. Oh, you know who we got? We got to find the meeting. Our buddy Jane Gregory. Oh my God, Jane, really?
Yeah. So we'll just see if we've got who should I go in there with? We'll go in there as Chris. Chris Diego. He could be the man today. Oh, that'd be funny. We should pretend. We should pretend that he's.
I got one. This is funny. So there's a scam called $12 per click, Danny, and the web host actually took him down.
Oh.
Because they're like, this is impossible. So the scammer wrote to the web host saying, "I'm not a scam."
Hey, look at this. What's this, Bob? We've got a meeting link that's invalid because we reported that guy, and it might actually be his link that we just shut down. So after reporting to Zoom, I'll just get this number. We might have actually.
Oh, you know which one's still going? Cryptex. There's a whole investigation channel for it.
Let's see if we can get this one going.
Oh, and the guy who started Cryptex started Trade Doctor. I already snuck into the leader's room.
That doesn't work. No, it doesn't look like we're going to find him in a hurry. I think I might leave it there today, mate. But normally we'll go into Zoom meetings, active Zoom. So these are all the Zoom links where people are running scams or promoting scams. Ponzi Patrol is another 73 links. Boomerang, website addresses where we need passwords to get into these scams. Oh, a sec, I'm just going to do one. And normally we'll find that these scammers, oh, that's cryptic, that won't be one, but you never know. But we report them to Zoom, and we cause disruption in these meetings, but none of them actually get shut down, do they? Envision, have you heard of that one?
No.
Envision you. But we'll sit here and we monitor these meetings, and then when people go live, we cause major disruption. I'm interested to see whose Zoom meeting link this is. I reckon it might be Andy's, is it?
Oh, BG Wealth. Hold on.
Let's see. Have a look.
No signals are sent in this group.
Excuse me. So we did shut down that ladies one.
Oh, which one was that?
Oh, we shut down the Philippines meeting one because that's broken now, and they've got that lady on it. She's from America. This lady.
Yep, I think she's in Texas.
Yeah, I have to go visit her. And I reckon that guy, we've seen him before. We've seen that guy, haven't we? Whoa, it's Bigfoot. I've seen him before. And he'll be in our database somewhere. If I go here, and maybe if I go search. No, I haven't got him. Interesting.
Oh, what was this one? This got renamed.
Yeah. All right. I think we're done. We've got anything we can hear, Bob? Oh, thanks very much. That's good. Well, they can hear you, but Bob better than I can. Did you see my new article? Here we go. So if you don't know who Queen of Karma is, she is one of my co-blog writers. And if you go to blogs and go down to anti-MLM and cults, you will find that Queen of Karma has been working her little fingers off. Oh my goodness, look at you. All dressed up, nowhere to go, Queen of Karma, looking very executive. Look at you. Well, since when have you got long hair? That's good. So Queen of Karma is an official blog writer, and she'll write blogs about a lot of the Ponzi schemes and scams, but mostly breaking down, what makes these companies scams and not legitimate. Also, if you check out Queen of Karma's channel.
Who's Spies back?
I don't know. Let's have a look at Queen of Karma's channel. And you can see members only videos, popular videos, and then she's got them all broken into different categories. Where are you? And this is quite cool. 6 years ago.
Hi there, my name is Beth, or Queen of Spade. Thank you so much for coming to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. Of course, Fred wants to say hi. He does feature in a lot of my videos. I do make anti-MLM content. I'm also branching out and doing other things, so please do subscribe. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and I just want to have some fun. I just want to throw some spades at the humbots, I used to do It Works, I used to do Sensi, and now I'm just here to have fun and hopefully make a community and get some info out there. So please do please subscribe, be sure to share my videos with all of your friends, and let's have some fun and throw some spade.
Let's throw some spade. Oh, Queen of Karma. Oh, and you can buy merch from her or buy merch from me. So there you go. Well done. But yes, she writes quite a few blogs, and you'll find them on my website. And you did have long hair. I take it back. So it's pretty cool. But anyway, that's us for today. I think we've done enough. We've got any more questions in the chat room that we didn't answer? I don't think we have. I'm sorry for people who have lost out to scams and the like. That's not what we like to see.
Should I tell them the surprise?
If you don't know where to turn, you're Bob.
in the near future, Danny's second channel will have to earn more money than the NLMers.
I don't think I've got enough energy to think about doing a second channel. My first channel is hard enough already, mate. Great work. Oh, Ponzi
It will be
Patrol.
supported by Bob.
Do you know?
Bob will.
Do you know Ponzi Patrol?
I've seen him. I think I've been in a few rooms with him.
I used to have. Let's have a look at Ponzi Patrol. Now, Ponzi Patrol did a huge investigation on a fake CEO, and it was such a cracker. I'm going to play it.
Was that the active dude?
Do you remember it? Oh, here he is. This was the best. If you ever want to see anything, he got a disposition. Is it called disposition? And I found him now, so let's put that back. Here it is. And he got to sit there with Scott Morris and grill him.
I actually thought we had done one, but you claim that we haven't.
If you want to see something funny, sit here and watch this. He got it recorded, and then he can put it on his YouTube channel. But this is amazing. But the one
I want to do that with Larry Lane. Larry Lane, Carl.
This one here was good.
The man that you're looking at is not who he says he is. Surely you believe me, because this is a ridiculous wig. And look at those glasses. Clearly a disguise. But I have to admit, it did have me stumped for a minute. Then I dug a lot deeper and, well, I'll show you what I found.
Ponzi Patrol. Disclaimer.
Welcome to the Aquamarine Club, the joke of all Ponzi schemes.
Could you share a few of the things that are protected?
Oh, shit.
Then I dug a lot deeper and, well, I'll show you what I found.
Sorry about that.
Welcome to the Aquamarine Club, the joke of all Ponzi schemes.
All right. I think we've actually superseded that now with the gold coin one. But listen to these. We've got Dumber and Dumber left and right. And Steve, I've forgotten their names now. I can't believe this name. But watch this.
Mike.
Could you share
Lucas.
a few?
What was that?
Mike Lucas.
Mike Lucas. Mike McDonald?
Mike Lucas is the one without the glasses.
Oh, Mike Lucas and Mike McDonald. Yeah, their names are on the screen. And a fake CEO.
Mike McDonald's the porn guy.
Yeah. Right, listen to this.
The things that you do to make sure the funds are protected.
Look at this guy.
Yes, of course. Yes. See, aside from the huge investment, what I made for the software, and the
and this was meant to be $1 billion CEO, and he doesn't even know how to answer something.
Arbitrage. I invested a lot of
money.
Meet Michael Garrett, or real name Guido Gerhardt. At least the last names sound similar, I guess. This moron thinks that wearing a wig and glasses is going to keep his identity hidden. Let me give it a try.
What is up, guys? My name is Luke, and this is Crypto Truth Bombs, the one and only spot in all of crypto to get a no-nonsense, no BS assessment. Guys, I have some huge news. I'm a failed musician, and I'm terrible at business. I know nothing about it. But please invest in my 80th relaunch. I promise your money won't disappear.
How'd I do? Anyone actually believe that I was Luke Quello?
No.
No, right? Well, why would Guido Gerhardt think that a wig and glasses would hide his identity? Maybe because he's a dumb German living in Nigeria who has failed at everything in his past, including acting. We'll get to that more in a minute. But first, let's look at Aquamarine Club. Aquamarine Club claims to offer incredible returns on investment, promising daily profits of up to 2.1%. These
that's better than Goliath.
returns seem amazing. Almost Ponzi-like. As the saying goes, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
So now just listen to those words. If it sounds too good to be true, it is too good to be true.
So,
people, that's the simplest thing you can adopt.
If Aquamarine Club was 2.1, everybody, don't you think Crypto Fortune, which is 3.8 daily, is a scam too? Or VG Wealth, which is offering more? And to the guy who made a comment that his coworkers still in it, ask him to go look up what clawbacks are.
Yeah.
And you might want to tell him if he doesn't return the money, the profit money, I hope he's ready for jail for about 1.5 to 2 years, because that's the average court case when the court case comes around. Now, let's not forget, they're still putting out warnings for OneCoin, Hyperverse. We just saw one that came out for Hyperverse. Remember that one, Danny? And there's still a RICO case on Novatech, which was another big one.
Just goes
and guess who's
on.
on that? Anthony
Just carry
Delgado.
on, Bob. I can hardly hear you as it is. What I'm getting at with this one here, it's, it all sounds too good to be true. There's no such thing as 2% per day, and especially coming per day. Especially, we got something here. You said that Steve Davis got fired from the fire brigade in 2022. I think that was. Yeah, there was more to that, because he's claiming that was because he wouldn't do the injections or tell his guys to get the COVID injections. But I think this was actually before then, wasn't it? So, yeah, so we did see that comment. Just wanted to acknowledge we saw your comment coming in there. And you worked with him for many years. We would love you to get on stage and tell us. Feel free to join us if you want to. No obligation. No, was it? Yeah, no obligation. But I'll just put the link. We'd love to know, your opinion on him. I'm actually going to put that link and make it stick to the top.
Yeah, you should do that.
There you go, and you click on that link and be another Bob on the stage if you want. So let's just listen to some of this again.
That leads to the next question. Who would be dumb enough to put their money into this scam? From my experience, there are 3 kinds of people who invest into these types of schemes. The first are people like Chris. I messaged Chris on Telegram to warn him that Aquamarine Club was a scam. He says, I know it's a scam and the CEO is fake, but please don't ruin this until I have time to get my money back with profit. In other words, Chris knows that Aquamarine Club is a Ponzi scheme, and he's okay with stealing money from later investors. This type of thinking seriously lacks morals. He may as well snatch purses from old ladies on the street. It ends up being the same thing, but worse. Over 90% of people.
All right, I'm going to jump forward to the good
secret cyber sleuth skills, and I found this. Look at the eyes. The eyes give him away here. This looks exactly like him, but who is he? And how can we actually verify who this fake CEO is? Well, this image came from a thumbnail on YouTube of a Nigerian rap song. And what is a German national doing in a Nigerian rap video? The only answer I could come up with is that he had to be an actor. And I was right. Here he is in a 2018 movie in Nigeria.
Lizzie, calm down. Please, I beg you. Calm down, Lizzie. This, what you are telling me. Any marriage has its challenges. You have to talk with your husband.
Bad actor. Oh my God.
No wonder he turned to scamming. That is absolutely terrible. Here are a few more photos of Guido Gerhardt whenever he was younger, doing some acting or some film things in Nigeria.
Ugh.
And here's Guido, or Presido, as he was going by here, in a billiards tournament in Nigeria. Presido means president in Pidgin English, which is what they speak in Nigeria. Interesting choice for a nickname. He probably should have used CEO instead. And here I found that he lives on this street in Ngunu, Nigeria. Looks like a lovely neighborhood. And apparently he hangs out with some goons, because take a look at this rifle. Or maybe that's just another low-level acting gig, who knows? And now for the million-dollar question, or multi-million-dollar question, depending on how much money they've stolen from this Ponzi scheme, is who put Guido Gerhardt up to this? Who put him up to acting as the fake CEO of Aquamarine Club, or AMC Global, as they call it sometimes? I'm not sure exactly, but it does seem like these two Ponzi scheme promoters are heavily involved.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in our small world. We're very excited to share with you an amazing opportunity and one of the most honest, upfront, transparent CEOs that I have come across in the last 15, 16 years in this industry. I know.
So you got Mike Lucas, Mike Donaldson, the two Mikes, what we call Dumber and Dumber, and they were promoting scam after scam, and they're both retired, and they sit at home and they get in these meetings, and we go in there and we cause disruption to these meetings, and that's what we normally do. So this is just what I'm getting at here is we are fighting with these scammers all the time. Most of the time we fight with them because there's people who promote these Ponzi schemes like Mike, and they get a commission every time somebody walks over the cliff. And that's exactly what we do. So we can't stop people walking over the cliff because the people that are saying it's not dangerous are the people that are getting paid the commissions. And we've written to Zoom and we have yelled at them. And sometimes we get these meetings shut down, but Zoom facilitates the criminal activity. And Zoom's own terms and conditions state quite clearly, if you come to my Contact Us button and you click on Enter the room, Zoom Patrol, in Zoom Patrol, you will see a photo of me trying to cause as much disruption as you can in a Zoom meeting, in Zoom meetings. And in here, you can actually go, well, let's have a look at the acceptable user guidelines for Zoom. And here it talks about using Zoom for unauthorized multi-level marketing businesses. Now, sexual services, gambling, betting, wagering, human smuggling, trafficking, drug controls, counterfeit goods, stolen goods, weapon trading, you're not allowed to use Zoom for those things. But what I'm getting at is all these things that you're not allowed to use Zoom for. However, I could line up 200 Zoom meetings in a row where people are promoting scams that these two American guys, I think they're American, pretty sure they are running. And that's what we do most of the time. So, like I often say to people, if you want to support us, you can donate, which is lovely, or you can simply just subscribe to the YouTube channel and they'll, that one there, hit the bell. And when any time you subscribe to my YouTube channel, I always get Sadie, she doesn't get paid anything at all, to actually clean your Windows screens for you. So there you go. She's lovely. She's been doing this for about, maybe 2 years, cleaning people's Windows screen. But seriously, guys, you got people like Steve Davies here who have just absolutely trashed me for trying to stop people from getting scammed, And then we come down to, if we go to my playlist, you'll see that I've actually now put together, how many videos have we put together about Goliath Ventures? I don't even know how to 55 videos we've now done on Goliath Ventures. Just one scam, trying to warn people, to not invest their money in this Boney M. What the heck is Boney M doing in here? I don't know why that's in there. Daddy Cool. Oh, that was so cool. Oh, I can't play that one. I'm going to get rid of that one somehow. Share, download, advocate, saves, remove from that one there. So now I've got 54 videos that will update in a few minutes. One other thing you may have not seen, which I just thought would be quite good. When I found out that Goliath Ventures was associated with Andrew Tate, it was actually quite scary. But I want to play this video just so you see what these guys were trying to. This is all part of this Alpha Men's Club. Have a look at this. This is the, I don't know if we can have the music. No, but these are the 3 yachts that they hired. And Christopher, Mike, and Tomo are on these yachts. And the person that's hired these yachts is Andrew Tate. And you will see all the Goliath boys on these yachts. And it's promoting what they call the War Room, which is an exclusive, there's Tomo, exclusive club that is set up to, this alpha male, sort of mentality and things. And then here they are. Next minute, if you come along here enough, you'll see that these guys are all together in a meeting, which is about, I think it's number, so there's, we're about, so there we go there. Where is he? Oops. I'm no good at this game. Where is he? There he is there. So there's the boys there. I don't know why it's not pausing. Maybe if I pause it. But yeah, I think you get the idea. I'm actually going to pause it because I'm getting good at this now. There he is. So there's Tomo and there's Christopher and Mike's in the background over here as well. And it's a exclusive club where I believe Andrew Tate didn't want them in the club. which was quite a hard case. And you can see them. There's Tomo teaching them. And Tomo was a Skytian that he was one of the guys that were able to mentor Andrew Tate's, the War Room guys. They went out for dinner. And this is the ironic part of this video. They all got dressed up and went out for dinner. There's Mike. And when they got for dinner, they went to a place that there's Christopher going around in circles. And they went to a place that looked like a prison for dinner. Isn't that quite fitting? But I don't think they'll be served the same type of food when they all go to prison. But that's what we're hoping for. But when I saw that video, that was quite nerve-wracking for me because I don't really I feel like this is like, looks like mafia style. There's Christopher there. You can actually see Tay. Hey, wonder if she wants to talk to us. We might ring her up. Why don't we ring up Tay and see if she wants to talk to us? I wonder if she's finished having her hair done, eh? Let's see what we've got. Tay. Have I got that there? I'll ring up Tay. So we're going to ring up Chris's girlfriend and see whether she thinks Chris is still lovely because she was actually quite cool. So let's ring her up and see what happens. Because she's meant to be quite innocent or very dumb. No offense. Wonder why Tay doesn't want. I wonder why no one wants to talk now, but they all talk big time at the start, don't they? I attempted to get on a call. So why doesn't she want to talk now, I wonder, eh? Actually, why don't we ring up Nick? Why don't we do a few more phone calls? I've got to do this, all right. Well, let's see if anyone's going to talk. I'll leave the chat room here. Any questions you'd like to ask, if I get them on a phone call, please just do ask them. But she obviously doesn't want to talk to me, so let's ring up. We've got the whole database of everybody. So let's go to Nick first and see if he's happy that I've just told the world. Let's ring up Nadia Bringus, the bookkeeper. Let's do that. Hold up. Ring up Nadia, the Bringer, the bookkeeper. See if she wants to talk to us. Yes, he's been arrested. So Nadia, why don't you want to talk to us? No, she doesn't want to talk to us. Let's go and ring up next person. Let's get rid of that. We'll go to next one. We're going to ring up is Alex. He's selling his Ferrari, no doubt. Alex. Alex. There he is. Let's ring him up. Signal. We'll try ringing him on Signal. Because these guys must be. Hey, Short Ticks. Nice to see you here. Seen you for a while. Let's have a look. I've not seen him for a long time. So Alex doesn't want to talk to us. So let's go find somebody else. We're going to go ring up. I'll go straight for Nick. If we go Nick Petrello, ask him if he's why did he break up with his girlfriend for? Let's go Nick and let's have a look. And then we'll ring up Nick's sister next. We've got all their phone numbers. No one wants to answer. They'll be all watching the video though, won't they? Right, Nick. Why don't we try ringing up Christine? and see what happens there. Nick doesn't want to talk to us. Christine is Nick's sister. So we'll just search for Turner because that's her last name. We'll see if she wants to talk to us. It's Jerry and Christine Turner. Let's see what we've got. Signal. Who are you busting today? Well, it's Christopher. And now we're going to ring up Christine Turner, which was responsible for doing the administration for 21 Ventures, which was Nick Petrillo's company. No one wants to talk to us, but I'm not surprised. It's saying connecting, but nothing's happening. So I'm going to go back and try connecting in a different format. We'll use WhatsApp, I think. Let's go WhatsApp. It's ringing now. There's now we're ringing Christine Turner. Then we're going to ring up Matt Burke next. Michael Hernandez, we'll ring him up after. So they'll remember that we are. So Christopher Diego, if you don't know, has been arrested and now released with $1 million bail. His wife has co-signed on the bond. He's been indicted for $328 million fraud. And Christine does not want to talk to us. No surprise there. No love lost, though. There is there. All right, so now we're going to ring up the next person, which is going to be, we'll ring up Matt Burks. Matt Burks, and let's see if he wants to talk. Let's go here. Signal. Let's go. Oh, I think something's gone wrong here. We've got a problem, Houston. Okay, so we're going to use WhatsApp. That's the one there. We'll use WhatsApp instead. Unavailable. Oh, really? Wonder why that is. We've got. I'll just go to signal. Call failed. All right, so let's just do. I don't think we're going to have much luck here, guys, but it's just a bit of fun. I mean, none of these guys want to talk to us anymore. There's no love lost, but that's all right. So let's go Mike. Let's go here, and let's go WhatsApp. We'll ring this guy on WhatsApp. And this is Mike Chuskinski. Unavailable. Why are you unavailable? All right then. No, Mike doesn't want to talk to us. We'll just try that again. And try that one there. It's ringing. Connecting. And the problem is when you were trying to contact them originally, you had to ring up Goliath Ventures from Eric Clayman's office. And then they would ring you back if they chose to. But now they're sending out newsletters telling everyone they're in the same boat as you. These guys do not want. So if you go to my website, click on Goliath Ventures, you can find all their phone numbers. And you can ring them up yourself and ask where your money is. What have we got? Stephen isn't arrested yet. No one's arrested. Well, Christopher is, which is a shame. It's a waste of a good pair of handcuffs. But let's go through. Let's see. Now we've got Steve Davis who won't want to talk. Vince. Wonder if Vince wants to talk to us. So here, Vince is claiming he's a victim. So let's have a listen and see if he wants to talk. Because victims always want to talk, right? So if they don't want to talk, what are they hiding? Or I can't talk because of legal reasons. And we'll ring up Tomo after that. And we've got Piers Curry's phone number as well. And Casey Holiday. James Del Argo. Chris's brother. Thank you, Alexandra. Just had somebody said they're watching Chris's brother. I'm just going to give somebody who said something nice to me. No, he doesn't want to talk to me either. So who did we get up to? We got up to, where's my mouse gone, Danny? There it is. Isn't it amazing? They just don't want to talk to me anymore. It's like, it's just gutting. Tomo, we'll ring up Tomo. He'll be a man, won't he? Because he pumps a lot of stuff, doesn't he? So he'll man up to it. Tomo. Oh, excuse me. So let's go here. We'll ring him on Signal, see if that works. No, call failed. We'll ring him on WhatsApp then. If I lose you on WhatsApp, you'll know why. What have we got? WhatsApp. Come on, Tomo. None of these boys want to talk anymore, eh? I used to have the screen on the names on the screen so you could see me dialing my phone on the screen, I should say. But now it's too complicated. So what have we found today? Let's have a bit of a summary. We found that Christopher's now on home arrest. He's got an ankle on his bracelet. His boarder is Steve Davies, who doesn't have a house or a life anymore and got no income. We also found that he had to put $1 million bond up. His ex-wife had to co-sign. We found out that Nick Petrello has a mistress for 3 years, and we're going to keep reaching out to her because we want to know the facts. Want to get to the bottom of anyone that's been associated with these guys. So that was Tomo. So now we're going to ring up Piers Curry. Piers Curry basically put everything into Goliath Ventures and was about to buy a house. So it would be interesting to know whether he actually purchased a house. We know everything about these guys. It's actually quite sickening how much we know. But I'll just get this one here going and we'll see if he's got 2 phone numbers. Why has he got 2 phone numbers? We'll find out, I suppose. So Piers Curry, are you going to answer the phone? I thought he gave up his house. And what house? So we're going to run a lotto. Who's going to be the next person arrested? Hey, why don't we do a quick survey? Let's do a poll. Who's going to be arrested next? So I'm going, we're going to do Nick. Let's do this right. We'll do Nick Petrillo. So we'll do a quick survey, shall we? Or even put Alex in there. Oh, no, we won't. Oh, Matt Burks. We'll put 4 names. We'll put Steve Davis in there. And we'll put, we want to put, there's too many names. We've got Tomo. Tomo hasn't been paying 401k for his staff, apparently. All right, so there we go. There's a quick survey, a poll. Have a go at that and see which one we think is going to be arrested. Oh, I can see what happened straight away there. So do the poll. Who do you think is going to be arrested next? That will be a scream. And we'll just run that for a couple of minutes. So Piers Curry doesn't want to talk to me. I can understand that. So let's go back through to the let's go back to the next person in the line. We're going to go to Michael Hernandez. Michael Hernandez. And we'll go ringing him and see. So
please leave your message for 760.
Oh, we won't read that out, but basically he's turned his phone off. That's not a no-brainer. Mike Kaczynski, whatever his name is. I never get his name right. Let's see if he wants to talk to us. We're going to go WhatsApp, mobile. Here we go. And who else we got? Have we done Vince? Yeah, we have done Vince. We've done Tomo. Have we done Casey? Unavailable. So they're not answering or they're hanging up as soon as it rings. But I think it's more they've turned their phone off. Imagine that, not being able to ring everyone. Marty. So we've got all their phone numbers. So remember, go to theheck.com, click on Goliath Ventures, click on the link that says whatever, Marty Brummer. Now we're going to ring him up. Well, these boys aren't that big a talk now, are they? They don't. They don't want to talk anymore, which is quite sad, really. Okay, so I've got that number there. Make sure I've got the right one. So this is Marty Bethlehem. Bethlehem? We've got 60% of people think Nick Petrillo is going to get done next. Come on, vote. Put your name in the vote. No one can see who votes. It's just a number. So we've got 60% of people think Nick Petrillo is going to be arrested next. And then we've got Steve Davis and Piers Curry. Matthew Burtz, no one really knows him, but I do. Okay, Marty's not answering the phone. Right, we'll leave Marty alone. Now we'll go to James. We'll have a listen to James. And this is Chris's brother and see whether he wants to talk to us. James. And then we're going to go here and we're going to go down to there and let's have a ring. Oh, invite to WhatsApp. James does not have WhatsApp. So let's go back there and we'll use Signal instead. If he doesn't have WhatsApp, I don't think he's going to have Signal. But he does. Amazing. So let's go. See if James Delgado. Why was Stephen and Delgado living together? Stephen apparently is meant to put us everything. He sold his house to invest in Goliath. That's what we've heard. Pierce Driver. Don't know what that one is. So that's not even connecting. It's just hanging, which is a bit hard case. Oh, yeah. Alrighty. I think that's going to be it. I'm going to ring up Lee, which is their travel director. Meant to be a lovely lady, but she must have still been paid. And we'll see what happens here. That's the last one we're going to ring. Sorry, it's a bit boring, guys, but this is what we do when you guys are sleeping. We go Lee. Let's go to Lee and bring her up. So she won't know who I am because we've just recently got her phone number. But let's have a look. WhatsApp, and there's the phone number. So now we're going to ring Lee, the travel director, the lady that's been organising all the flights. I can pretend that I'm a somebody who flies aeroplanes and haven't been paid. She's the travel director. But yeah, that's been a waste of time. There was something else I wanted to do today, which I thought sound it out, Danny. No, it doesn't work. I forget. I spent a year trying to learn phonetics and it never works. Oh God, he has children. Why would he do that? Yeah. So just shutting down some of these windows. Dumb and Dumber. Thank you, Ponzi Patrol, for that one. There's Steve Davis there. Just make sure I can put him back on the screen. So we're saying goodbye to Steve Davis, a hero fireman now disgraced by being associated with a scammer, even living in the same house with him while he wears an ankle bracelet. Who's going to have the next ankle bracelet? 62% of people now believe that Nick Petrillo is the next person that's going to be arrested. There was Christopher in his car.
Mr. Delgado, West 2 Investigates. Can we talk to you about the charge against you?
No comment this time. Thank you, though.
No comment this time.
Did you run a Ponzi scheme?
Have a good day.
Taking millions from people and putting into your own pockets?
Good questions.
That's what the government alleges. Would you like to tell your side of the story?
Oh, Chris has always liked to be in front of the camera, doesn't he?
You can contact my counsel.
My counsel. Now, of course, if Chris was innocent, he would have had his counsel with him.
Have a blessed day.
That's the last time you drive a BM, whatever that is, or something. Yeah, so that was pretty freaky. But let's just have a wee look here while we're here. Let's go here. Let's go to Google and search for Goliath Ventures. Let's go to the news area. And I think we've covered all the news articles to do on Goliath Ventures today, 2 weeks ago. But we did find some funny articles because there was an article in here done 2 years ago where they actually were kind of like promoting him. And then the same company that's now done the next lot of articles. Like Tech Billion. So I've had an article in here before. This is a sponsored advert. People read this and think it's real, but these are all paid adverts. And I've been in here before because somebody wrote in here and I contacted this company and said, this company's ran from people in Pakistan. And it's just crap. It's all crap on crap, poos and woos, I tell you. Anyway, so that was good. The other one I did want to do is just to make sure that there wasn't anything else in here. And that's it, and I'll let you be. Let's have a look at the top. Goliath Ventures Inc. We've seen that video. We're watching that video at the moment. That's been in the paper. It's good to have some competition here at the moment anyway. I did find this video, which I found quite good. There was a guy who did 3 months ago, did a video about how this was a Ponzi scheme. He's a freaking hero now, so that was really, really cool. What else have we got in here? Christopher, we showed that Gandhi Day. And we know the people that help organise that event as well, so it's sort of a bit of a shame. But look, if you are a victim, I think I'm going to call it quits here. Signal Danny. Do you think? What's Signal Danny? Don't think of any of these. I don't think any of those guys watch the good fellas driving a Rolls Royce. Who watch Goodfellas driving I don't think any of these guys watched the Goodfellas driving a Rolls Royce. I like that. I must get my text. Right. Yeah, so I'm sorry if you lost money to Goliath Ventures. It's an awful thing to happen. We're honestly here to help people and direct you in the right way. We are a wee bit stuck at the moment. We truly don't really think hiring a lawyer is going to be the best option. So I'll just say that now, and I'm just going to turn that box off. But yeah, I think we're done for today. It's been a game of two halves. Look, thank you for your time. Thank you to my Avengers for all the information that we've got. If we do get any other intel, I've actually got to do some work because I don't make money. So I'm going to be working, clearing through my emails. This morning I forwarded 10 emails onto the Avengers so they could do some more research on the people that were reaching out to us. Yeah, and last week I was actually in America. I travelled there, 26 hours flight there, 28 home, I think it was, and I actually did my own investigation. So at the moment we've got 54% of people. We've had 14 votes, make that 54, 57. Come on, if you haven't voted in the poll in the chat room on YouTube, please do so. It's the 14 votes we've had. 57% of people believe that Nick Petrello will be the next person to be arrested. 14% think Matthew Burks will be arrested, and Steve Davis 21%. So that's and Piers Curry, well, he's at 7% at the moment. So that's pretty cool. If you've got a couple more minutes, we'll actually make sure that it does. We're going to count down though. We're going to make sure it's 30, 20. No, come up here, Pix. Come up here. Up you come. Yep. Come here. Quick. Up. Come here. Come here. Yeah. Hello. Up here, Gizzicato. Oh. Hello. Oh, I've got you all wound up in the speaker. That's enough. We're on camera. Oh, this is my dog. Hey, you, my dog. Try not to kiss people on the lips when you don't know them because people think it's a bit square. Oh, how you doing? So, Pixel, you're tired. Did you miss Dad when he went to America? So I went to America. I went to DC for about 4 days. I went to Orlando for 4 days and stayed at Shingle Creek, which is a really nice place to stay. And they gave me a media room, which was really cool, so I could be interviewed. Apex. Yep. And then I went to San Antonio, somewhere, Richard will say in the chat room. And then I come home again, and I'm looking forward to going back to America as time permits. So 56% of people now believe that Nick Petrillo is going to be the next person to go down in this horrible venture, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, and it's taken a bit of a toll. Oh, you just go cuddle into Dad, Pixel. But any news about Goliath Ventures? We're still on, this is the beginning. We're still building a file on him. And that's about it, really. They're all cut up in the wire picks. Oh, here you go. All right, guys, that's me. I finished the poll off. That's not quite me. 16 votes, and there's the end. Del Argo. Okay, somebody wanted me to try saying Del Argo. Okay, so here I'm going to, this is how I do phonetics. So Del, And the Delgado, 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 Geldado, Geldado, Geldado. Why can't we just call him Christopher? I can say Christopher, I can say Chris, I can call him Chris D, I can call him Chris Alexander, but the last name, Delgado. Can I please have a bit of a next scammer that wants to run a Ponzi scheme? Can you please have an easier last name for me? Because it just doesn't roll off the tongue. Delgado, Delgado. So this little YouTuber on the bottom of the planet that doesn't get any views on his YouTube channel took down one of the biggest scams in America. I think that's pretty good. And the guy can't even pronounce his last name. Oh, that's quite funny. All right, Pixel, come here, mate. Do you want to say some last words? What do you want to say? Do you love Dad? Delgado. Okay, here we go. Delgado. Delgado. So Del, am I saying that right? See, I don't know how to pronounce GA because go, a, gay, Delgado. And the problem is, it's for someone who's dyslexic, right? If I look at a set of numbers, I can often see the pattern and remember the numbers. I can write down a bunch of numbers and look at it in a glance and go, yep, that's the right number, because I take a picture of it. But when I start taking an 8, a 6, a 7, a 5, and a 3 and put them all together, I have to look at each number. And I can only go 3, and I go over here and write down 3. And if I went 34, I could remember that. But if I went 3, 7, 1, I'd have to go 3, and then go back and go 3, and then go 7, and then 7, and then 1, and 1. I had to do it in 3 moves. Most people could go 3, 7, 1, whatever it is. And so my brain doesn't remember things for more than like 2 seconds. And if I take the number 1, I'd have to go 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And then I look at it and go, yeah, it's the same. And then I go back for the next letter. It's absolutely crazy. So let's have a look. Gay, not gay. Gay. Delgado. Christopher, see, now I have to put the first name and the last name together. So I went to do a Dale Carnegie course, which I can hardly pronounce that word as well. And they said it's really important to know people's names, and they said to me, look, let's put some pictures on the wall. So they had this guy, his name was Philip. And they said, if you can't remember Philip's name, you could look at his lips and then go fill his lips, fill lips, Phillips. And then they said, I want you to use all these techniques to remember people's names and use its name association. But then they wanted us to remember the first name and the last name. And I couldn't put the first name and the last name together because it just doesn't work. It's just absolutely. Did I get it right? Okay. Who said it? See, now I've forgotten altogether. It's gone Delgado. So G-G-A, Delgado. See, do's not right now, eh? So Delgado. And once I remember it, I honestly will never forget it. But Delgado, Christopher Delgado is in jail. No, he's not. He's in his lovely home, living with Steve Davies, the fireman, who ridiculed me for not having any of my facts right and called me a scammer. Oh, dear. Oh, well, let's stop while I've got it right. I will stop in the broadcast. Pixel says he's off. Say, Pixel, off you go. If you could like and subscribe, please do to the video. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. It helps get these videos out. And if I get some more news tomorrow, even though I say I probably won't do, if I do, I'll reach out to you guys and we'll do another video. So look forward to it. Thank you for being here. And I'm out of here. See you next time. I've got another question coming. He's not in jail. No, he's not in jail. He's put $1 million worth of bond up. He has to live at home with an ankle bracelet. He's got no travel, and he's not allowed to do any money exchanges, and he's not allowed to talk to any of the partners from Goliath Ventures, and he's stuck living with a fireman who doesn't know how to put fires out. And that's me, and that's my broadcast. House arrest. Hopefully he stays there. Otherwise, if you see a fire alarm go off and the fire chief organises all the boys to come put him in a stretcher and carry him out of there, that's probably what will happen next. All right, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. See you guys. Thank you very much for being here.